For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are some of the examples of great starter vehicles for young people on the lot right now. Check out this 2010 Hyundai Santa Fe, nicely equipped, for only $69.90, or this '02 Toyota Corolla LE for just $28.50. And how about this Ford Focus SE for only $39.50? See Jamie or Lacey at Jamie's Auto Sales at 129 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Get to Jamie's Auto Sales today.
Most folks don't need the services of an attorney often, but when they do, many are choosing Corey Kendall, attorney at law. With offices in Altus and Mangum, Corey provides family law, estate planning, real estate, and criminal law services, operating with integrity as the cornerstone of his practice. The Kendall Law Firm is family-run, with wife Renee managing the office. When you need an attorney, remember Corey Kendall, attorney at law.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
If you have tickets or accidents and need auto insurance, you're purchasing a new home and need homeowners coverage, you're a contractor needing general liability or a bond, maybe you're a business owner and need professional liability, directors and officers, or cyber liability, you need farm coverage or crop insurance, the Castle Agency in Mangum is who you're looking for. Family owned and operated for 81 years, the Castle Agency provides insurance for individuals, families, businesses with all kinds of insurance needs. Call or go by the Castle Agency and Pam Simmons will be happy to help you out. Phone 580-782-3049. Visit the office at 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Landon Brooks from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting season, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Stockman's Bank is behind you all the way.
Reap Go Harvest rewards from Firestone when you buy 2 or more Firestone Ag tires at Blair Tire and Feed. Get $25 off on eligible Destination Farm and Destination Turf radial tires, $100 off on eligible radial tires, and $200 off on eligible AD2 radial tires. Plus, for every tire purchased, we'll donate $5 to the National FFA organization. Your Firestone dealer is Blair Tire and Feed, corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair. This offer good now through October 31st, 2019.
John and Katie Murray are proud to let you know that they are reopening the old Bratton Drug location at 109 South Oklahoma in Mangum. Locally owned and providing pharmacy, health and beauty, gifts, and cards. Complete pharmacy, including medication therapy management and immunizations, including a convenient drive-thru. The new Mangum Drug Company, opening soon.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the loop. at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Hey fans, are you going to be in the stands? This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we can't hide our Tiger pride. Whether it's the gridiron or the basketball court, we support our Tigers and Lady Tigers. So bring your best orange and black and we'll see you at the game. Stockman's Bank is Tiger proud.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Listen, if you need a new overhead door or service on your overhead door you've got, here's some important information that you need to know. David Payne of Payne's Heat and Air has purchased Faith Garage Door Company. So if you need commercial or residential installation, service, or repairs, just call David Payne at Faith Garage Doors, 580-482-6369. Free estimates always.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find in 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, IRP registration, pipe passes, or even send a UPS, Tom and Cynthia Clark will help you at the Mangum Tag Agency. Call 580-782-3004. That's 782-3004.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one-bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi, and cable is just $5. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brandy at 580-782-2452 for more information.
Friends, you need to take care of your eyes. Have regular checkups. Make an appointment with Dr. Michael Geiger, Geiger Eye Care in Altus, and now there's a Geiger Eye Care in Frederick. Dr. Michael Geiger and Son, Seth and Bryce, well, they're good at what they do, so get your eyes checked. Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, proud to support Southwest Oklahoma youth in sports, in the classroom, in the showroom, whatever. That's Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, Mike, Seth, and Bryce Geiger, 580-482-1756.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Classic Hits 97.7, and it's Michael in the morning along with our good friend Chad Fox. No, it's not that Fox. It's Dylan Fox instead, and more on that coming up in a moment. Welcome back to the Liberty Bowl, something, Dylan, we haven't been able to say since way back on October the 4th, and my, how things have changed now that we're in November.
Yeah, we talked about it last time we were here, that our next game wasn't going to be here for, what was it, 4 or 5 weeks or something?
Yeah, 4 weeks, yes.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. I mean, but Mangum's played some good football the last few weeks. They had a tough road game against Hobart, but they bounced back the last few weeks, and I think everybody's thankful to be home this week.
Back in the friendly confines, it's senior night here, celebrating senior night, and there are a lot of seniors. They're honoring the senior football players, the senior softball players, senior cheerleaders, as well as the senior band members. So it has taken them quite some time. In fact, they started this celebration at 6:30, and here we are at 6:47, and they've not gotten through the entire list yet. So heavy graduation losses for the various programs for Mangum. We talked about it last week with Coach Pennypacker. Great time to be a Mangum Tiger or a Lady Tiger.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Coach Pennypacker and the boys, they came up here last week, and they were talking about the boys basketball program, but the football program is obviously doing really well. We've got softball. They finished pretty strong, and then I think we're excited for both basketball teams this winter. Yeah,
I was kind of hoping that maybe, and I should have done it myself because, that's what I should do, but I wanted Coach Hussey to come up and see us at some point, and I meant to call him and get a hold of him, but it was that kind of week in the Department of Human Services, Child Welfare Division, and I did not get it done. So, Coach Hussey, if you're out there wandering around at halftime, want to come up and visit with us, you're not too afraid to climb that ladder. And at my extended age, I am afraid to climb that ladder. Feel free to come on up and see us at halftime. Maybe Coach Pennypacker will drop by as well. Oh, by the way, we've got a football game here tonight, and at stake, Mangum, with a victory, they qualify for the playoffs. Now, you've got to believe that they're going to make the playoffs regardless of what happens here this evening. But if you can win this ball game, you put your official stamp on it. You win your final regular season ball game here in Mangum, and you hope that things shake out to where you play at least one playoff game back here at the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, we had spoken about it after the Hobart loss, that things kind of got shaken up in the standings and how the games were going to be played once playoffs comes around. But and like we talked about last week, these next 2 weeks, I think it's kind of a given that they're going to be they're going to be easier games than what we had against Hobart.
Coach Powers, that was the young man, Dylan Fox, who said that about easy games.
I didn't mean easier. I apologize. Last time we had talked about that, it was against Hinton, and they didn't play so hot. But these next 2 games are going to be games where they need to get prepared mentally more than anything for playoffs.
Well, they take on a team tonight, Sayre, 2-2 inside the district, 2-5 overall, but right now sitting at the number 4 slot in the district standings, which means they would qualify for the postseason. So the Eagles certainly something to play for here.
Yeah.
We'll take a timeout, come back, and continue our pregame as we count down to kickoff here at the Liberty Bowl. Mangum and Sayre coming up at 8-2 district matchup. Dylan Fox, Michael in the morning, Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
Bear County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Amanda Weaver from Mangum is now the manager at Courtsview Meat Company in Altus. Gary and Letitia Stockton and Amanda are proud to sponsor Hobart Bearcat and Mangum Tiger radio broadcasts. Listen, when you're enjoying ball this fall, stack up on the best ribeye steaks money can buy from Courtsview. Also ribs, jerky, smoked sausage, hams, and a lot more. And of course, they do custom slaughtering. If you're grilling, roasting, baking, or slicing, you can't go wrong with Courtsview Meat Company, 800 South Veterans Drive in Altus. Phone 580-477-1390.
And a great job done by the Pride of Mangum Marching Band there with our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. And Dylan, I don't know if you noticed, you were doing a good job looking at the flag, but there actually was a group of young people down there that did sign language for the national anthem. I mean, that's just some great stuff there.
Yeah, I kind of caught it at the end. I was actually doing a better job looking at the flag, but I did catch it, and that was really cool to see.
Well, Penny Rosales had asked us, have they done the national anthem yet? And I wasn't quite sure why she was asking, and then when the kids went out there and did that, I can understand. So Penny says, go Mangum Tigers and have fun, seniors and their parents. I have to say this. Some of the moms that got out there at 6:30 when the senior introduction started, by the time they ended about 5 minutes ago, they were freezing. It is cold out here.
Yeah, they were definitely wishing they had bundled up more than they had whenever they went out there. They looked a little chilly.
Well, they had to be looking good, though. See, that's the whole thing. Your mom out there, and I'm not old enough to have a boy that's a senior, so I got to look young. And people say, well, yeah, okay, you had that child at an early age. Fran Lively is watching tonight. Fran, good to have you alongside. We appreciate you. Michael Baker already saying congrats, Mangum High School seniors, and we look forward to hearing from you as well as our countdown to kickoff rolls on here. Mangum taking on a Sayre squad that comes in, as we mentioned, they're 2-2 inside the district, number 4 this week in the district standings. Sayre is 2-5 overall. Mangum, of course, number 2 in the district. They're 3-1 inside district play and 7-1 overall. So Mangum, again, they need to do their Bachman-Turner overdrive the next 2 weeks and simply take care of business and then try to get a little help from their friends, thank you, Beatles, and see if Frederick will knock off the group from Hobart by more than 2 points, and then they win the district. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, it seems like an easy task.
Yeah, it seems definitely easy, but Mangum needs to take care of business these next 2 weeks, and the Hobart-Frederick game, they really don't have any say in that, so they just kind of have to sit back and watch and wait.
Also inside District A2 play tonight, it will be Hobart. You mentioned them on top of the district standings. They're at Merritt. Merritt yet to win a bowl game. We saw them last week. That is a club that is struggling, to say the least. Frederick is at Hinton this evening for the other district bowl game. Hinton battling Sayre for that 4th and final playoff spot. And then Cordell is idle this evening. Meantime, in the opposite district, A1, and that's where you have to look to see who's going to qualify for the playoffs from there. The team that is on top of the district standings, Thomas, will entertain Fairview. Now, Thomas lost last week, stunned by Moreland. 12-9 was the final score there.
That's a low-scoring ball game, and that's really interesting because Thomas had gotten beaten by Hinton. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And that was kind of a shocker to us, so I'm curious to kind of see how that conference kind of stands up against this one?
Well, Oklahoma Bible will be at Texoma tonight. Texoma, number 2 in the district standings right now, going into the ball game by virtue of points. Both they and Oklahoma Bible have 2-1 district records. We mentioned Moreland. They will be at home tonight entertaining Hooker. Hooker has not won a ball game inside the district this year. Moreland, meantime, is 2-2 and 7-2 overall. So it'll be interesting to see how that district shakes out. There could be some big moving and shaking when it comes to numbers 1 through 4 in that district over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially in the districts like that, it's kind of just week to week. And you said that 4 teams come out for playoffs, correct?
Yes, four out of the teams inside it, and it's a 7-team district for Mangum. Here's the thing that's interesting, though. It is only a 6-team district for A1.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, Sayre, and who was 5 in our district?
Well, Sayre and Hinton are tied.
Gotcha.
Well, I take that back. Sayre's 2-2. Hinton is 2-3.
Gotcha. So we should see Sayre and Hinton play pretty well these next few weeks to try to get that last spot.
Well, again, you're taking on a team. You don't want them to think that they can beat you. You don't want to let them hang around. You talked about it so accurately last week, getting off to that fast start against Merritt. They need to do the same thing here this evening.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we saw that 2 weeks ago against Hinton where they didn't get off to a fast start and let Hinton hang around, and we thought it was going to be a ball game for a little bit. So if Mangum doesn't get off to a quick start, look to see Sayre hang around for a while.
Well, we mentioned Moreland, and Sayre has already lost to them. They lost 14-0 in a non-district affair. Got beaten by Fairview 26-12. That was in week number 2, and they also lost to Woodland 30-0 in their non-district ball games. District contest lost to Frederick 41-6. Shut out Cordell 18-0. Hobart beat them a couple of weeks ago 33-6. And listen to this score last week against Hinton, 8-6. They beat Hinton in a very low-scoring affair.
Wow, that's interesting, to say the least.
Crazy.
Maybe the weather had something to do with it. It was pretty cold, but I think to beat Mangum, you have to score quite a few points.
Well, you talk about the weather, and they played that ball game, I think, over at let me check my notes here and see where they played that ball game. It was played actually at Sayre. So the weather wasn't a whole lot different than what we had in Merritt,
right.
Okay? And Mangum scored 65 points in that ball game. So I don't think the weather was a part of that. It's just one of those things. I think, again, tonight you will see what we have seen all season long. You will watch Sayre try to shorten this ball game. They will run the play clock down as far as they possibly can.
Yeah, we've seen that multiple times this season. Teams running the ball, taking the entire time to hike it, and I would do the same thing if I was facing as potent as an offense as Mangum has. So I definitely think that Sayre will try to do that early in the game.
Glad Coach Pennypacker wasn't up here to see that shot towards the trash can. I missed woefully. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, got the kickoff. Mangum will receive when you and I come back on OKSports.tv and Classic Hits 97.7.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
All right, Matthew Dean Reynolds says, "Go Tigers." Shayla Knight will go Tigers. I can't be there in person, but I wish you guys the best. Thanks, we appreciate that. Dean Reynolds says, "Go Bailey Brothers," indeed. And Leanne Dickey is watching. So is Deanne Pierce, doing her study, doing her homework. Big test coming up on Sunday. We wish her well as well. All right, about ready to get this one underway now on Football Friday night, week number 9. Hard to believe that we've gotten to this point already, but we have. And doing the honors for Sayre will be Colt Merrick. And Merrick, a name that has just been around Sayre forever when it comes to high school sports. Merrick, right-footed kicker. He just a 2-step kick, banks it towards the middle of the field, and the ball will hit in front of Williams. Bryson picks it up at the 10, got the 15, 20, gets a block, 25, 30, 35, near side 40, 45, 50, down the near sideline. He's at the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Mangum returning the opening kickoff. Bryson Williams, 90 yards. Nobody put a hand on him.
And that's what we were talking about, a quick start, and I think that's the definition of it.
Indeed, my friend. 14 seconds off the clock, and just like that, Mangum on top, 6-0. Bryson Williams down the near sideline, got a couple of good blocks at about the 20-yard line, and then he set sail and was Gone gone. So in to try the extra point will be Jackson Warner. Warner, who has really improved over the last several weeks, will bang this one through. And with 11:46 left in quarter number one, which is being brought to you by Mangum Golden Age Apartments, it's Mangum 7, Sayre getting ready to touch the football on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Well, as my esteemed colleague Dylan Fox pointed out, that is now 2 weeks in a row, Mangum has returned the opening kickoff.
I didn't want to be wrong on air, so I waited until we went to commercial to confirm that. But, yeah, that's two quick starts the last 2 weeks, and I think that's just what the Mangum Tigers needed.
Jason Cook says, go get them Tigers, GATA. And we found out what GATA means. Get a Tiger attitude. I had to ask about that a couple of weeks ago. Michael Baker got the GATA going. Janie Pierce says, go. Benneth Bailey, go Tigers. And Jason Cook says, that's how you start a football game. And again, 2 weeks in a row. My goodness, how about them apples, Bob? So Mangum already on top by a score of 7-0. And we've had 14 seconds tick off the clock on this football Friday night. Warner, little pooch kick here on the near side. It's in no man's land, and it'll be fielded at about the 41-yard line by a sliding Cooper Rhodes. Rhodes, another one of those names that has been around for Sayre Sports for a long time. Cooper, an excellent athlete, showed it there, making the play 1st and 10 for the Eagles with 11:45 left in the first. Let's see. Deanne says we can now add this music icon to our concert list. 2020. Can't stop, won't stop. We're going to go see Elton John in July.
That sounds fun.
1st and 10 now from the 41. Shotgun formation. Handoff on the inside. And boy, great defense by the Tigers. Nowhere to go. In on the stop for Mangum was, let's see, that's Corbin McGill. McGill makes the play. A loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd down and 11. Yet I laugh a little bit. Colt Merrick looking around like, man, I took the handoff, and that guy's just laying all over the top of me, dragging me to the floor. So loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. By the way, the field dormant, the grass gone. I love the black stripes that they've painted here. 2nd down and 11. From a full house backfield, Merrick hands it off, and good job of running there out to the 44-yard line. That's the tailback, Cooper Kaufman. Kaufman, good physical kid there. Nice carry out to the 44. That'll break a 3rd and manageable at about 7. Bernard Bailey in on the stop. Stetson Ryan over there as well for Mangum. Mangum band in full throat here this evening. They had to cancel the band competition that was scheduled for Tuesday of this week. It'll be next Tuesday. 3rd down and long, shotgun formation. Merrick wants to throw now, chased out of the pocket, fires on the run, and pass incomplete. It was intended for Cooper Rhodes, and they'll have to punt the football away. Good pursuit out on the edge there by Stetson Ryan, also getting there late for Mangum and creating space, Dalen Stacy. So now if you are head coach Jason Bonham, you got to be thinking to yourself, how do I kick here? What do I do? I mean, same two guys that were back there when I kicked off to begin the ball game are there. That Fisher Webb kid up top, Bryson Williams down below, who just went 90 on me. Let's see what they decide to do with Colt Merrick. Merrick, end-over-end kick. Williams has it bounced by him, and now Fisher-Webb will go back, pick it up at about the 6, run into his own man, and get dropped at about the 9-yard line. So that one did not work out well for Mangum that time, but they will have it 1st and 10 at, they'll call it at the 10. With their first offensive possession of the night, 10-13 left in the first quarter of play, and they lead already 7-0. By the way, it is breezy. It's kind of an unusual breeze, more out of the southeast than anything. And it occasionally it just blows right in on us, and then it will swirl a bit and blow out of the north as well. So here comes Mangum for the first time offensively, leading 7-0. Man in motion, that's Webb, far side, near side. Now he'll stop in the backfield and get the handoff. Come here on the near side, gets a block from Leighton Ketchum, and he'll take it out to the 14. A gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Get on the stop for the Eagles, Hunter Flanagan. And Flanagan, a kid that fills out his uniform. By the way, I'm already going to weenie out of here. I've got to go to the gloves in just a moment. Laughlin now wants to throw, screen back over the top and a little bit high. Bryson Williams trying to climb the ladder and make the catch and couldn't get it done. There defensively was Luke Crompton. It'll be 3rd down at about 5. That's pretty good scouting on the part of Sayre. They saw on film that play run time and again last week against Merritt and ran to perfection.
Yeah, we've seen that play multiple times in the last few weeks, and it's successful, to say the least, and they did a good job there.
Laughlin going to keep it himself right up the middle of the field. Colton has the first down of more as he banks his way across the 20 out to the 23 and 24-yard line. Colton Laughlin calling his own number and picking up the first down. Big hole right in the middle of the field, not so much because of the blocking, but because Mangum had spread the field. Bailey went in motion. The middle linebacker went with him, and there was a big hole. Laughlin took advantage of it. 1st and 10 now. Colton hands it off to Bernard. Right side. Bailey, patient, has the 30. Bangs into a couple of tacklers. Spins his way across the 35, out to the 36, and near the 37-yard line. Bernard Bailey! Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling over people, and picking up a dozen.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of maturity from Bailey.
Oh,
He's so patient back there. He waits for his blockers, finds a hole, and then puts his head down and runs.
Love the way he finishes the play, no doubt about it. Laughlin from the shotgun wants to go deep. Has Ketchum going to overthrow him, and what a great interception. No, the ball dropped by Chase Logan. Boy, Logan did a nice job of adjusting to the football. Looked like he was going to pick it off at about the 30, and then he came down on his backside, and the ball popped free, and he's walking gingerly right now. That hurts. When your butt hits first and nothing else is there, it's jarring to say the least. So 2nd down and 10. Mangum goes deep for the first time tonight. They have the football at the 37-yard line. Laughlin again wants to throw, has time, looks, fires across the middle. Williams with a catch at the 40, and he will be finally tackled at about the 36-yard line. It took 4 guys to do it. Bryson Williams, though, a great pitch and catch there, and a first down picked up by Mangum. Noel Fernandez in on the stop. And it's the first day of November. You say Noel, and people are like, where? Give me a tree. Give me a wreath. And not Franklin. Williams will come off the field now. Bryson took a pretty good pop at the end of that play. Lauren Sneed will come in and split out wide to the right. 1st and 10, ball at the 36. Inside handoff, Ketchum. Leighton, big block, has the 30, 25, and inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle there by Colt Merrick, but another first down for Mangum. And again, it's that inside reverse. They give it to Bailey, and then Bernard coming back the other way, hands it off to Ketchum.
Yeah, it gets me every time with the camera. I can't imagine being out there whenever it's called.
Great block on the inside that time as well by Isaiah Batoha. Now go with Laughlin this time. Colton weaves his way through traffic. He's got the 15, down to the 10, and spun down at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from there. Colton Laughlin weaving his way through traffic. Chase Logan with the tackle, but again, Mangum got it 1st and goal now at the 9. They lead 7-0, 7:45 clock running in this first quarter of play. And a breeze picking up in our microphones. Laughlin has the ball go through his hands. Colton going to go back, pick it up at about the 20, throws down the flat, caught by Webb. Fisher breaks the tackle, he's got the 5, and he's into the end zone for the score. Welcome to Sandlot football here at the Liberty Bowl. Got it hiked over his head, as they say. Laughlin went back, scramble drill, Chinese fire drill, found Webb, broke a tackle, and a touchdown, just like they drew it up.
That play was a lost cause from the start, but Laughlin had the awareness to pick it up and just sling it to the side and goes and scores.
Great job by Fisher to find his spot out there as well and help his quarterback out. 13-0, extra point now on the way. And the kick is up, and it is good for Jackson Warner. So with 7:29 left here in this first quarter of play, Mangum on top 14-0 on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are some of the examples of great starter vehicles for young people on the lot right now. Check out this 2010 Hyundai Santa Fe, nicely equipped for only $69.90, or this '02 Toyota Corolla LE for just $28.50. And how about this Ford Focus SE for only $39.50? See Jamie or Lacey at Jamie's Auto Sales at 129 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Get to Jamie's Auto Sales today.
Most folks don't need the services of an attorney often, but when they do, many are choosing Corey Kendall, attorney at law. With offices in Altus and Mangum, Corey provides family law, estate planning, real estate, and criminal law services, operating with integrity as the cornerstone of his practice. The Kendall Law Firm is family-run, with wife Renee managing the office. When you need an attorney, remember Corey Kendall, attorney at law.
Back at the Liberty Bowl, Mangum on top by a score of 14-0, 90 yards each time. That was a 90-yard drive that they did through the ground and through the air. 90-yard touchdown return to be in the bowl game. So there you go. Pat Schwab-Govitz says, way to go, Tigers. Michael Baker, by the way, telling us Coach Box used to say, "Gata." It means get after there. Here's a little onside kick, and it catches Sayre off guard, and Mangum may have gotten onto that football. They've got a scrum going on in the middle of the field, and the official says, yes, Mangum got the football. How about that? Coming out of the pack, it is Brody Shelby with the loose football. And I tell you what this does, not only does it propel you to a win, and I think we can assume that, even though there's only 7:26 left in the first quarter of play, but what this does, if you're scouting this team and looking forward to playing them in the playoffs, you're not looking forward to playing them in the playoffs because they can do it to you any which way possible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, now after seeing that, you have to be on your toes every kickoff.
Matthew Dean Reynolds says, feed the beast. Laughlin now wants to throw. Flush from the pocket, rolls near side, has a man. Pass is going to be incomplete. He had a couple of guys open. Fisher Webb here on the near side, along with, was that Leighton Ketchum? It was, but couldn't get the ball in there. Incomplete, second down and 10. Tiffany McGill says, good evening. Excited to watch the Tigers. Tiffany, good to have you alongside, kid. Corinna Norris Vyers, love my Tigers and that Mangum Tiger Band. You betcha. Let's see, Donna Williams Terry says, way to go, Colton. B.R. Stover is watching. Tiffany McGill says, wish I could be there, but yet again, cancer wins, can't get sick. But my gorilla number 53 and my daughter play with a band, doesn't get any better than that. Toss sweep near side, trying to turn the corner. Webb gets a block 40, and inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. That is a touchdown saving tackle out there on the flat by Chase Logan. If Logan doesn't make the play, Fisher is on the way to the house. I want to say hi to my good friend Mike McAlexander checking out the broadcast tonight. Mike, good to have you alongside. Keep that big, strong, firm grip and hang in there, big man. Timeout going to be taken here. And was that Sayre that took that timeout? Yep, Eagles going to take a timeout. 7:02 left in the first. They trail 14-0. First quarter brought to us by our good friends over there at the Golden Age Apartments. We're back after this. Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
So why did Sayre take that time out there with 7:02 left in the first?
You know, my football IQ probably couldn't. Why do they, Michael?
because they're getting their lips beat off of them. I mean, that's plain and simple. I mean, that's just a big old fat fact right now. Third down and about 2. Bernard Bailey on the first down carry. He'll pick it up and more. Has the 30. Breaks a tackle. 25. Cuts inside at the 20. Spun down at about the 14-yard line. In fact, he was ripped to the ground by Chase Logan. But Bernard Bailey picking up a first down. Hard running by the senior.
Yeah, well, if that's the reason he took the timeout, that might be a little demoralizing right there.
Well, and you bring up an excellent point. I mean, he did. He was trying to get his club back into the ball game, and Bernard Bailey was not having any of it. So 1st and 10, Mangum now the football at the 15-yard line. And they will flip-flop Dalen Stacy and Ketchum to the far side. Give it up to Bailey. No, Colton going to keep it himself. He'll hop inside of the 10, still on his feet at the 5, and dances into the end zone for a touchdown from 14 yards away. And now a late penalty flag will fly as some extracurricular from Colt Merrick at the end of that play. But I tell you what, tomorrow when he goes back and watches it on the YouTube video, Colton's going to be talking about his dance moves because, I mean, he had the moves like Jagger there. A little hop, a little bunny hop there in the middle of the field, a little prance into the end zone, kind of looked like a deer. You know, it's rut season, so, you know, he's the big buck going in there, scored from 14 yards away. And I think that penalty was called against Sayre. The official came over and talked to Sam Powers about it, so we'll have to see when they mark it off on the kickoff. 6:29 left in the first quarter of play, and Jackson Warner on to try another extra point. It's his third attempt here, and we've not even reached the halfway point of quarter number 1. Snap is back, hold is true, kick is on the way, and Jackson has knocked through his third in as many tries here in quarter number 1. 6:29 left in the first, Mangum 21, and Sayre nothing. This is Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
If you have tickets or accidents and need auto insurance, you're purchasing a new home and need homeowners coverage, you're a contractor needing general liability or a bond, maybe you're a business owner and need professional liability, directors and officers, or cyber liability, you need farm coverage or crop insurance, the Castle Agency in Mangum is who you're looking for. Family owned and operated for 81 years, the Castle Agency provides insurance for individuals, families, businesses with all kinds of insurance needs. Call or go by the Castle Agency and Pam Simmons will be happy to help you out. Phone 580-782-3049. Visit the office at 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Landon Brooks from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting season, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Stockman's Bank is behind you all the way.
Well, that personal foul penalty did go against Sayre, so Mangum will get 15 free yards and kick it from the Eagles side of the football at the 45-yard line. Donna Williams-Terry, woo-hoo, Tigers, I hope I'm doing that right. Elaine Mills-Smith says, let's go Mangum. Carolyn Geralds, good luck Tigers, and good evening, Mr. Barnes and Miss Geralds. Always a pleasure to hear from you. I tell you what, you are my gal. Don't tell Deanne. Ashley Cantu, way to go Tigers. Michael Baker said that actually Colton Laughlin was footloose. All right, there you go. By the way, the Kevin Bacon version, not the updated version, please. All right, so Warner going to bang it deep, middle of the field. It'll be fielded at about the 10-yard line by the upback, giving chase to Colt Merrick, and Merrick going to get drilled at about the 15 or 16. Sawyer Webb down there to make the play. Also getting some help from Brody Shelby. Remember, Shelby recovered that fumble a moment ago on the surprise onside kick. Mangum on top 21-0, and Sayre shell-shocked. And, you know, we've talked about it before when Mangum scores all these points early on, and you've got that idea in your mind you're going to shorten the game and run the play clock each time. It doesn't really play into your hands when you're not even to the midway point of quarter number 1 and trail by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Sayre's main objective was to slow this game down, and being down 21-0 here kind of negates that.
And I'm going to keep it on the ground here. Merrick with a carry across the 15 out to about the 16, 17-yard line. So a gain of 3 for Merrick. In on the stop for the Tigers. A host of seniors, J.T. Schrum, one of them, also in on the stop for the Tigers. And Payson Jenkins, we love to call him Fudd. Quan Bailey's in there as well. Dalen Stacy. So it'll be second down. They'll give him 2 on the play. Second down and 8. 5:55 left in the first period of play. Brought to us by Golden Age Apartments. And a full house backfield here for the quarterback, Colt Merrick. Merrick wants to throw, does across the middle. Pass is caught and then dropped. And I believe they're going to say that's an incomplete pass. That's a nice shot there by Merrick. He hit Noel Fernandez in the hands, but Fernandez shoved to the ground in rather unceremonious fashion and couldn't hold on to the football. And he also lost some of his accoutrements. Had to go back and pick up something that fell out of his stuff. It's kind of bad. You go back to the huddle and you got some stuff left back there where you got knocked down. Got to go get my stuff.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard on that play.
By the way, there was some great interaction going on between Fisher Webb and Colton Laughlin because somebody broke responsibility on that play, and the other was telling them all about it. Running play right up the middle, and Cooper Kaufman will take it across the 20 out to about the 22-yard line, and that'll set up a third down and about 3. The line to bank for a first down is the 25. That was the third down play. I'm sorry, that's right. So that was the third down play coming up short, and it is fourth down indeed, fourth down and 3. And so Colton Merrick will have to go back and punt the football away. Back to receive. Bryson Williams here on the near side. Up top, Fisher Webb. They're at about the 45-yard line, their own 45. Kick is on the way. It'll go to Webb. Fisher will field at the 47 on the run. Got the 50, gets a block, 45. Gets another, that one's going to come back, as that's a block in the back. An official gets pummeled as well on that play at about the 30-yard line. He got bulldozed by Chase Logan, inadvertent on the part of Logan, but he absolutely tattooed the official. Speaking of tattoos, that block on the back out on the edge, one of those that wasn't necessary. The play had already gone by.
Those are the plays that I'm sure if you were playing football, like you wanted to make that
block. You did. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to stop yourself, but, I mean, it is a flag.
Well, it's one of those things. I mean, your eyes get as big as they will ever be in your lifetime, and you just, all of a sudden, you've got that, just this renewed energy, and you feel like you're a rocket about ready to get launched. And you're right. When you commit, when the mind commits, no way the body's going to slow down. And it's very hard to understand, but you know this as an athlete. When you commit to go get a line drive, or you commit to drive the lane, there's that switch that goes off, and you don't shut it off until the play's complete.
Right. I mean, you don't even think about it. Right. It's just once the play's over, you're like, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. So Mangum will get it first and 10 at their own 39-yard line, leading 21-0 with 4:56 left in quarter number 1. Shotgun formation, pistol look. Now we'll get some movement, and 5-yard mark-off going to be going against Mangum. And here's what I like about this. We talked about the discussion that took place between Webb and Laughlin a minute ago on the defensive side. Now Laughlin not happy with his guys, not knowing the snap count. He's kind of like saying, guys, it's week number 9. We're supposed to be getting ready for the postseason. We can't be making those kind of mistakes.
That's the leadership that needs to show up for playoffs.
Yeah. And it's part of the maturation process of Colton Laughlin as well. So first and 15, Laughlin wants to throw, has time, across the middle, caught by Bryson, breaks a tackle at the 45. He's across the midfield stripe, and it takes 4 guys in white shirts and hats to knock him down at the 49-yard line of Sayre. Bryson Williams, I tell you what, and that is confidence from Laughlin. Laughlin put it in a spot, and he said, go up and get the football, big fella. He did.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what Laughlin needs out of his receivers at this point in the season. He needs to be able to trust them and let him make plays.
First down and 10, Laughlin again to the air. Now has some running room and going to get tackled from behind. The big body of Father Flanagan, knocking him down from behind. A loss of a couple on the play. It'll set up a second down and 11. Nobody open in the secondary, and Colton had plenty of time, but protection broke down, and he had no idea that Flanagan was behind him. And let me tell you, Flanagan fills out his uniform. That is a big, solid kid out there. If I'm a captain, I want him on my team. Second down and 11. They'll go to Bailey. Bernard has the 45, gets a block, and then gets tripped up at about the 41-yard line. Boy, Bernard was off to the races, and a shoestring tackle turned in by one of the linebackers. I think that was Lake Crosby. Barely got a piece of Bernard and knocked him down, short of a first down by a yard. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Bailey was following the hip of his blocker, and once he found that hole, he was gone besides that little shoestring.
Talking about that explosive ability. Saw so much of it from him last week in that victory against Merritt. Third down and yard. Bailey in motion. They'll fake the pass to him. Colton going to keep it himself. Hands the first down. A little footloose move there at the 35, and then tackled at the 32-yard line. Flanagan on the stop. They'll give him the 31, but it's another first down for Mangum. 3:35 left of the first quarter of play. They're on top, 21-0. And certainly a night where we're encouraging the clock to go. Clock go.
For as cold as it is.
Oh, it wouldn't be bad if it weren't for that wind, but that wind is pretty rough in here. Laughlin now from the tailback position, wants to throw, does, into the end zone, got a man, but the pass going to be too long as it bangs off the goalpost. That was intended for Fisher Webb. Webb had his man beat into the end zone, but Colton, a little bit too much gas on that one. It'll be second down and 10. First quarter, by the way, brought to you by Mangum Golden Age Apartments. 3:10 left in the first. Mangum on top, 21-0. They scored 65 last week and maybe on their way there this week as well. By the way, it's Military Appreciation Night. I had failed to mention that, but we do appreciate our military. Dalen Stacy now on the carry, and Stacy will get to the 29 and no more. Boy, he gets bent back in rather awkward fashion, and I don't know that Dalen's okay. Yeah, they're asking for help right now. Boy, Dalen Stacy, somebody had him down low, and then they bent him over backwards the other way, and Stacy still on the field at the 30-yard line. 3:02 left in the first. Mangum on top, 21-0. We're back to the Liberty Bowl after this. Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Reap Go Harvest rewards from Firestone when you buy 2 or more Firestone Ag tires at Blair Tire and Feed. Get $25 off on eligible Destination Farm and Destination Turf radial tires, $100 off on eligible radial tires, and $200 off on eligible AD2 radial tires. Plus, for every tire purchased, we'll donate $5 to the National FFA organization. Your Firestone dealer is Blair Tire and Feed, corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair. This offer good now through October 31st, 2019.
I tell you what, the ability to be young and be able to fight off things like that, and Dalen Stacy got to his feet on his own and hobbled off to the sideline. But I'm telling you, if that's me, I'm in traction for, well, probably until about this time next year. So hopefully Dalen will be okay. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in quarter number one. Mangum on top, facing a third down and about 9 here. And they get an extra lineman in off the bench. Corbin McGill will play on that right side. Laughlin wants to throw, plenty of time. Goes, got a man, throws into the end zone and trying to stay in bounds to make the catch. And unable to get it done was Fisher Webb. Webb trying to time to where he went to the point of attack to make the catch and was still going to be in bounds. And he was concentrating on the feet and forgot the football. It'll be fourth down. That's some confidence right there, though. I mean, you're facing third down and 9, and you're going for a home run ball.
Yeah, I think that's just Laughlin's mentality. And whenever he saw that, he was all go.
So fourth down and 9, and obviously they will go for it here. Colton rolling right side, screen back the other way. Bernard with a catch, looks for a block, takes it inside the 25. He'll dive for the 21, but I believe he's going to be short of a first down by about a yard. And Mangum, I think, going to turn it over on downs as he was just short there. I like the play there. By the way, Michael Baker, he said, I see a rolling clock in your future. And Michael, we hope you're right. All right, so short by about a yard. So Mangum will not score on that offensive possession. They will turn it over on downs with 2:31 left here in quarter number one. On top, 21-0. Eagles had the football at their own 21-yard line and marked some of the best field possession of the night for this group from Sayre. Inside handoff, and boy, Flanagan puts his hat on one of the Mangum tacklers, and the Mangum tackler stayed right there with him. Wow. That was a collision there at the point of attack, and I think that's Travanka that is in there to make the hit, and got some help from Bryce Ditmore as well. Ditmore's a guy that has really come on in the last 3 or 4 weeks from the linebacker position.
Yeah, we've seen a couple guys show up big, especially on the offensive and defensive line. We've talked about it a lot. They've definitely came to play the last few weeks.
By the way, our good friend Angie Williams-Young, she has started a watch party with our video. So, welcome to the party. Have one for us. Second down and 10, no gain on the play. 1:45 left in the first quarter of play. Go to the ground again, will Sayre, and they have no success with it. Great recognition that time by that man. We just talked about him, Ditmore. Boy, Ditmore filled the hole there and tackled for a big loss. Lake Crosby. He'll lose 3 on the play and bring up a 3rd down and 13 with 90 seconds left in quarter number 1. And you know I'm going to have to do it. Lake Crosby, people think Bing Crosby, and White Christmas because it is November 1st. And we've had 2 freezes. Meantime, the Mangum band playing some Rolling Stones in Painted Black. Pass too tall, intended out at the 20-yard line for Cooper Rhodes. If Rhodes makes the catch, he would have gotten back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So even though Mangum turned it over on downs, they're going to get it right back 3 and out for Sayre. By the way, worth noting, and I always call them the big uglies, and maybe sometimes their mothers get mad. That's a compliment, okay, to those big fellas up front. Corbin McGill skipping off to the sidelines as though he were about a 4-year-old. And Corbin, we love it. That's just fantastic, man. Get out there and enjoy. Punt is on the way here. High end-over-end kick, fielded by Bryson Williams at the 45. We've got a couple of blocks in the back, and this one's going to end right about the 50-yard line, and they get marked back at least 15 yards or so. And that was, again, one of those that is out there in no man's land. I mean, you can see that one easily. They'll go back and watch the film, and it'll be like, okay, so if you got a block in the back, don't do it out there where everybody can see you. Again, though, and it's so easy to set up in a press box or sit in the stands and go, well, how come he did that?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you go 100 miles an hour, all of that happens so fast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't blame the kids, but the penalty's there to protect them as well.
Yeah, it is. You're right. By the way, while we've got just a moment, what did you think about the Washington Nationals winning the World Series of Baseball?
I was quite stunned with the coaching decision to not bring in your top guy to finish it off, but
57 seconds left in the first. Mangum with a football. Bernard Bailey breaking a tackle across the 35 out to about the 36. Now they'll give him the 37-yard line. So a gain of 4, maybe 5, 2nd down and 5. And, of course, you're referring to the fact that H.A. Hinch, who, by the way, is from Midwest City, Oklahoma, didn't put in Garrett Cole.
Yeah, and I was certainly surprised, and I think Cole wasn't very happy after the game either.
But he did leave Houston because he's going somewhere else with all the money that's available to him. He did leave Houston on a good note. You like the Twitter feed that he sent out. Here's Colton with the carry, and Laughlin across the 40 out to the 42. And that'll be short of a first down by about a yard on what will probably be the final play of quarter number 1. Brought to us by our good friends over there at Golden Age Apartments. So period number 1 in the books. Mangum on top, 21-0. Stick and stay. Quarter number 2 coming up. We're Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
John and Katie Murray are proud to let you know that they are reopening the old Bratton Drug location at 109 South Oklahoma in Mangum. Locally owned and providing pharmacy, health and beauty, gifts, and cards. Complete pharmacy, including medication therapy management and immunizations, including a convenient drive-thru. The new Mangum Drug Company, opening soon.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Tiffany McGill, boy, I tell you what, I like her choice of music. She's channeling her inner Lionel Richie right now, dancing on the ceiling. So Mangum will get it for the first time, going to the right end of your listening and or viewing device, leading 21-0, facing a 3rd down and about a yard. They have the football at their own 42-yard line. Laughlin from the shotgun pistol look. Bailey, he'll hand it off to Bernard, who's got the first down, out to the 45, pushing the pile forward to the 47 and now the 48-yard line. So another first down for the Mangum Tigers. They will move the sticks here on the first play of quarter number 2, and they lead it by a score of 21-0. Great crowd on hand tonight here, as you might expect. Final regular season home game. It's really odd to say. Laughlin wants to throw, ton of time, fires, pass caught by Bryson. Williams will have it at about the 45-yard line of Sayre. So a pitch and catch of about 7. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 3. Looking for Dalen Stacy down there on the sidelines. I know they were tending to him, and he's down there in front of where the big student section is, so can't see the treatment they're giving to Dalen. But again, you're leading 21-0, 11-10 left in the first half. You may not worry about him being in there. Laughlin out in the flat. Webb with the catch. Fisher, a move. Tries to break a tackle. Can't get it done. He'll be shy of a first down by about a yard. Nice open field tackle there by a couple of Eagles, including Noel Fernandez. It'll be third down and about a yard and a half.
And I think, like we talk about every week, this Sayre Eagle team has a bunch of athletes.
Yep.
It's just Mangum is just overpowering.
They got way more many athletes. Bernard Bailey right up the middle of the field and crashes into a couple of defenders and picks up the first down as he'll take it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. And there are times where Bernard will do a little dance, a little shuffle, and then there are other times where he'll just lower his shoulders and go get the first down. That's what he did there. So Mangum will move to 6, first and 10, 39-yard line of Sayre. Laughlin wants to throw, does, out in the flat, caught by Webb. Fisher looking for a block, doesn't get it. He'll get to the 35 and no more. Fisher Webb picking up about 4 on the play and bring up a second down and 6. Webb and Chase Logan in a little dance there. Fisher thought that his face mask might have been tugged on a couple of times there. 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Mangum leading 21-0. Selling a lot of hot chocolate and coffee at the concession stand tonight. By the way, into the ball game for the Tigers, Luke Rogers split out on the left side. There's that inside handoff to Ketchum, gets a block, turns it inside at the 30, breaks a tackle and makes his way down to about the 25-yard line. I'm telling you what, when you're late in Ketchum and you're turning that corner, and that's a cornerback sitting out there, that cornerback doesn't want anything to do with you.
Now, Ketchum's a little bigger than most quarterbacks, so
he's got some rocks in his pocket, and he starts running downhill. Look out. Laughlin rolling near side, has time, throws, pass, caught. That's Brody Shelby picking up the first down as he is dragged out of bounds. And they'll mark him out at about the 12-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from there. And Mangum, we talk about the weapons, but look at all the different names we're mentioning here. 9:18 left in the first half. Hurry up, look for the Tigers. They've got it first and 10. Had to wait for him to set the sticks. Fire out in the flat. Pass caught. And to the 10 and no more, Bryson Williams. Williams got upset there. Well, there's Levi Cantu. Well, let's see. From this distance, it was Levi Cantu. So Levi Cantu with the catch. And he'll pick up 2 on the play, second down and 8. But again, Mangum showing a whole bunch in their playbook for anybody who might be scouting them right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we're going to see a lot of different looks from them going forward.
Second down and 10. Laughlin hands it off to Webb. Fisher turning the corner, now cuts back inside. He's got the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Ball comes loose, but I believe they said Webb was down, and actually they'll mark him down at the 1. It'll be first and goal from there. So Fisher, whoop to the outside, whoop to the inside, and whoop, nearly got a touchdown. It'll be first and goal for the 1. And do they go with Webb in a wildcat formation, and Fisher can't hold on to the football. It's loose and going to be recovered by Sayre. How about that? And now we're going to, I tell you what, we were real close to getting a penalty there on Leighton Ketchum. Ketchum got away with one there. So they went with what they used to call the wildcat look. It was made famous by the Miami Dolphins back in the day with a guy named Ronnie Brown. And they would put him in the shotgun formation from his running back position. And that ball got through the hands of Webb, and Sayre jumps on it. So a mistake there gives the football back to the Eagles. They'll have it first and 10 just outside their own 10-yard line. 8:07 left in the first half of play. And sometimes you jump out to an early lead, and your focus isn't always there. Merrick wants to throw across the middle. Ball going to be picked off by Colton Laughlin. Laughlin back the other way, gets a block. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, Colton Laughlin. Well, there you go.
What did you say about focus not being there?
Yeah, sure. Go back to broadcasting, Barnes, and quit trying to be a coach. Colton Laughlin reading that perfectly. They tried to run the slant, and Merrick locked in on his wide receiver. Colton acted like the wide receiver, got a big block as he made the catch, and then scores easily from about 18 yards away. And just like that, it's 27-0 with 7:56 left in the half. Here's the extra point try. It is on its way. It is up, and it is good. Perfect, 4 for 4. Jackson Warner on the night. So a defensive touchdown. Mangum leads it 28-0. 7:56 left in the first half of play. It's Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Well, I tell you what, Tiffany McGill, you've got too much time on your hands, honey. Michael Baker said, what's the word? Kill the bird. And then he followed that up with, it's Eagle season. So Tiffany says, in the master's chambers, they're gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Name the song, young man.
I've heard the song, but I couldn't tell you.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Man. All right, here we go. Mangum to kick the football away again. Jackson Warner to do it for the fourth time on the night. He's got an onside to his credit. See what they decide to do here, kicking from the 40-yard line, leading 28-0. And the band says Eagles are okay, but we like the Rolling Stones better. Here's a kick fielded by Merrick at his own 20. Got to the 25-30, gets a block 35, cuts across the field. Now retreats, going to be chased by Quan Bailey. Bailey will fall down. Sniper got him, and nice return by Merrick across the 40 out to the 45 and 46-yard line. Now they'll mark him down at the 45, but that is a dandy run by Colt Merrick. And normally you tell your guy, don't put it in reverse, especially on a kickoff.
Yeah, Merrick has been doing it all for the Eagles tonight. Good athlete, and he crossed the field, and I thought he had some room to run.
By the way, not only do we have tickets to Elton John on July 5th, but we're going to go see the Eagles on March the 17th.
Y'all are just going to go tear it up, huh?
We're some rock and rollers, let me just tell you. The only thing we're missing is the Bellamy brothers tomorrow night over at Hinton. We'd be old hippies otherwise. 1st and 10 now for Sayre. Inside handoff, and well, I tell you what, good move there. Across the 50, down inside Mangum territory. We'll go the tailback, and it's Crosby picking up positive yardage. Crosby got 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Quan Bailey in on the stop, but again, nice run there by Lake Crosby. Crosby only had 1 other carry. He lost about 4 on the play. So 2nd down and 1. 7:15 left in the first half of play. Mangum has scored on a kickoff return, and they've got a defensive touchdown as well. We'll go back to Crosby. Crosby breaking tackles inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line. And Lake Crosby running a little bit possessed right now, the day after Halloween. In on the stop for Mangum was Shelby. And helping out Colton Laughlin as well, but Brody and Colton see a first down picked up by the Eagles. 6:45 left in the first half of play. Crosby adding a little bit of life here to, there's going to be 5 free yards. One of the big ones up front for Sayre. A step too early, that's Cameron Yake. So Yake, false start, 5-yard mark off. It becomes a first down and 15. Not the Texas two-step you want to do, trailing 28-0 with 6:40 left in the first half of play. Walker Moeller out here on the near side. This is a very young football team for Sayre. They just got a few seniors. One of them is Merrick, and Colt going to keep it himself, and his little pitter-patter cost him some yardage there. He tackled all the way back to the 42-yard line. Dalen Stacy back into the ball game, and apparently okay. In on the stop, Corbin McGill over there as well, and Quan Bailey. That'll bring up a 2nd down now. 2nd down in about, we'll call it 22 maybe? No, not that much. 17, I'm sorry. The line to make for a first down is the 25, not the 20. Ball sets at the 42-yard line of Mangum. on the ground. They'll go to Crosby. Boy, he got hammered there. Oh, my. Stacy had him down low, and he tried to cut back the other way, and Corbin McGill said, "Not so fast, my friend." That'll bring up a third down now. Third down in about, we'll call it 16 for a first down. No football tomorrow for the Oklahoma Sooners, still licking their wounds after their trip to the Little Apple last week. Meantime, Oklahoma State will be at home. They'll entertain Gary Patterson's Horned Frog team. You never know what you're going to get with TCU this year. Third down and long for Sayre. Snap goes back to Merrick. Colt throws, pass, caught, and it'll take it inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line on the pitch and catch. Cooper Rhodes made the catch, but it'll still be fourth and long, fourth and about 13 for Sayre. Let's see if they decide to go for it here or kick the football away. What are you going to do?
I mean, I would go for it. If you kick it, you're only going to give them, 20 yards maybe. Yeah. So you might as well go for it here.
Well, Mangum doesn't have anybody back defensively, although Fisher Webb does begin to trot back towards his own end zone, as it would appear that Sayre is going to kick the football away, and now they're going to take a timeout before they do anything. 5:16 left in the first half of play. Mangum 28, Sayre nothing. We're Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
The Mangum Star News has been serving Southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Well, I didn't think that Tiffany would let me down when it comes to the lyrics, the Eagles lyrics in the Hotel California, because Tiffany, she knows that there's a line in there. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes-Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends. Raymond Panetta says, "Go, Tigers, go to the Hotel California." All right, Merrick going to punt the football away. He'll pooch it, try to get it inside the 20. That's where it hits. And then we'll roll dead at about the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. By the way, Caitlin Huckabee says, "Let's go Tigers. Let them Eagles soar on home with an L." All right, then. And Penny Rosales, when I used to coach my kids in Little League, I'd tell them, hey, when we get a team down, we're going to step on their neck and punch out their lights. Penny Rosales, she says, "Keep up, Mangum. Show them no mercy." All right, there you go. Now, Mangum will get it 1st and 10 at about their own 15. Laughlin wants to throw. Good coverage downfield by Sayre now. Colton will throw one up for grabs, catch him. Tried to stay in bounds to make the catch, couldn't get it done. Good coverage there by Chase Logan, but look how far Colton Laughlin threw that football, and his feet weren't set.
Yeah, he was running, and I don't know. I have no idea how he does it, but off one leg throws that all the way down to probably close to the 50, so that was an impressive throw.
Yeah, I couldn't throw a Nerf football that far. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, 4:58 left in the first half of play. Two wide receivers split here on the near side. It's Webb and Stacy. Pistol formation. Now they'll send Bailey in motion. Colton drops the football, picks it up, got some room. Looks for a block, gets it, breaks a tackle at the original line of scrimmage, and we'll get it across the 15 out to the 17, maybe 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down from there. So good job by Laughlin to get something out of nothing there and face a 3rd down and about 7, we'll call it. Give credit to Sayre. They're doing a good job in the defensive secondary in covering up the Mangum receivers. Of course, Mangum's trying to go deep. Don't be surprised if they don't find something in that medium range, clear the zone out, and let somebody pick up a 1st down that way. Laughlin from the shotgun with time. He had a man right there, and yeah, that's the play I was looking for, but Webb couldn't hold on to the football. May have been a little bit too much gas on that for Fisher, but they ran everybody off, and Fisher just sat down inside that zone that was cleared out and couldn't make the catch. So Mangum will punt the football away with 4:13 left in the first half of play. Easy play there. So as we mentioned, Oklahoma State, TCU tomorrow. Baylor last night holding on to being West Virginia 17-14, and Baylor the only team in the Big 12 that's undefeated. Who would have thought that going into week number 9? Laughlin going to run the ball, and he's got room. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Colton Laughlin, how easy was that on 4th down? Laughlin had been doing that rugby kick all year long. Nobody came with him on the near side for Sayre, and he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and you could kind of tell the last few games that he's been given the freedom of a read, and most of the time he just kicks it, but you can tell he's been reading that, and he read it right today and got a first down.
That was an easy play there for Colton Laughlin. 1st and 10 at the 42, high snap, he'll go up and get it, hand it off to Bernard, and Bailey will make the 45 and then get shoestring tackled there and then get a bunch of other guys running over him. Get a little bit chippy out there. There have been some extracurricular that has gone on, and Mangum kids got to be careful, and I like this. Leighton Ketchum. Leighton, a couple of times, he's been the victim of a couple of things that shouldn't be occurring, and he's upset, and he has to come out and cool himself off, and I like that. That's some maturity right there, because a knucklehead like me would have gone out there and gotten himself a penalty. So kudos to you, Leighton. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 7. Laughlin wants to throw. Does. Pass. Caught. First down, Williams. Bryston down to the 45-yard line of Sayre. Bryston Williams. I tell you what, that guy, if you get it near him, it's kind of like he's like and I hate to say this because they're playing the Eagles, but he's like an eagle that goes down and gets a fish out of the water, gets those talons in it, and it's not coming away. 1st and 10. Laughlin looks one way, now back the other, has a man open. Pass caught. That's Williams. He breaks a tackle, has the 30, still on his feet at the 25, and now rumbles inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Bryston Williams picking up big yardage there. A nice whoop move, and running over a guy, then another whoop, make a guy miss, and picks up the first down. 2:55 left in the half, 28-0. Big fella coming on for Mangum. Changing out big fellas, actually. It's Travanka coming into play on the offensive line, taking the place of Batoha. Laughlin looks right, throws left, pass, caught, and into the end zone for the touchdown, Dalen Stacy. How about that? Had to see if they were going to mark Stacy down at the 1. He took a big hit right there at the goal line, but was able to fall into the end zone. And with 2:38 left in the half, Mangum has extended the lead down to 34-0. With the extra point on the way, not so fast, my friend. A penalty flag setting at about the 19-yard line. Let's see what the white hat has here. Ineligible receiver downfield, so that was not going to count. Take it off the board. And that was one of those, and I'm a little surprised that one of the big ones got downfield that quickly. That was not a play that took a long time to unfold. I don't think Sam Power's real happy with that call right there. In fact, I know he's not. So an ineligible receiver downfield, that'll move it back the football to about the 23-yard line. And it'll bring up a first down now for Mangum in 15. So take the touchdown off the board. Colton looking near side. Caught by Fisher. Makes a move at the 10, hit at the 5, and spun out right there as the tackle made in the open field, keeping a touchdown away by Chase Logan. Now, they said he stepped out at the 6, so it'll be first and goal from there. So that touchdown they lost a moment ago, now 6 yards away from getting it right back. 2:31 left in the first half of play. Bailey in the pistol formation to the right of Laughlin. Colton turns, hands it off to Bernard. He'll go right side, break a tackle, and stretch for the end zone, but be marked down at about the 1.5-yard line. It'll be second and goal from there. 2:15 left in this first half of play. Mangum trying to add to their 28-0 lead. They will go hurry up. Don't be surprised if Laughlin doesn't take it right up the middle. Colton, right side, looks for the end zone, and did he get there? He did. Touchdown, Colton Laughlin. Didn't go right up the middle, but he did go off the right tackle and scores from about 1.5 yards away. And with 2:01 left in the first half of play, it is now a 34-0 ball game.
Not to jinx anything, but Jackson Warner has kicked tremendously better so far this game.
He has kicked extremely well.
He knock on wood.
So far he's 4 for 4, but you just gave him the proverbial kiss of death.
I hope he
Snap is back, hold is true, kick is on its way, and your kiss is not
thank you.
death. Kick is good. 2:01 left in the first half of play. Jackson Warner perfect despite the words of Dylan Fox. It's 35-0 Mangum in front. Classic Hits 97.7, OKSports.tv.
Hey fans, are you going to be in the stands? This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we can't hide our Tiger pride. Whether it's the gridiron or the basketball court, we support our Tigers and Lady Tigers. So bring your best orange and black and we'll see you at the game. Stockman's Bank is Tiger proud.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Well, Paula Little Power says, I sure hope this broadcast takes us into the playoffs. It is so awesome for those of us who live far away. And let me just tell you, they're going to make the playoffs, Paula. I would like to know where you live, though. How far is far away? We would love to hear that. By the way, Tiffany McGill tells us that number 75 in your program and number 1 in her heart is celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday to Isaac Batoha. I think he's 17 today.
I think she was referring to if we were going to be able to.
Oh, we'll be broadcasting, yeah. You don't worry about that. Larry Brown says, and the Tigers roar again. All right, here we go. Mangum on top, 35-0. 2 minutes and a second left of the first half of play. And the catch is made by Lake Crosby. Crosby to the 25, and boy, he gets hammered there. Great open field tackle by Ditmore. And Ditmore not only getting it done on the defensive side of the football, but also on special teams, making a great open field tackle. I love the way Bryce broke down on that one. It'll be 1st and 10 for Sayre. Got the football at the 25-yard line, their own 25, trailing here 35-0. Minute 55 left of the first half. This is a tough deal, and you look across there, and they are not a real deep team across the way either, Sayre. So from the shotgun with a couple of backs back there with him will go Colt Merrick. Merrick hands the ball off to Crosby, and Crosby just kind of bumbles his way for a couple of yards. I mean, he got tattooed a couple of times, but able to keep his feet and finally knocked off his feet by Christian Travanka. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Christian, one of those seniors, a lot of them on this roster. Fisher Webb, Jackson Warner, Bernard Bailey, Bryson Williams, Colton Laughlin, David Stacy, Leighton Ketchum, Travanka, Stetson Ryan, Payson Jenkins, J.T. Schrum, Chris Harper. All of them playing their final regular season bowl game here at the Liberty Bowl, and they're going to get at least one playoff game, you would think, here as well. Inside handoff, and again, Crosby carrying the football, and Crosby trying to find room and just cannot get it done as he'll get to the 26. And it'll bring up a 3rd down in about 7.5, close to 8. And, boy, there are all kinds of black hats there. Stetson Ryan, Dalen Stacy, who has come back nicely from that knee and leg lower injury that he had earlier. Elijah Bernal in there. He helped out on the stop. Laughlin, Webb. Just talk about a watch party. One going on right there around the football. 30 seconds left in the first half of play. Sayre just trying to get out of the first half with no more points being scored. Merrick going to keep it himself. Colt near side gets a block, breaks out 35, across the 40, breaks another tackle. He's at the 50 and finally going to be dragged out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So Colt Merrick, and we talk about it, occasional flashes because they've got some quality athletes for Sayre, and there's one of those plays by the Eagles. They stepped out, he said, at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 18.4 left in the first half of play. And again, that's one of those, hey, you're a coach, you give up that yardage, but you didn't give up the touchdown. You want to keep him in front of you. Because obviously Sayre trying to run out the clock in this first half of play, down 35-0. Merrick drops back to pass, goes to Crosby out in the flat, and look right there. Quan Bailey with the stop. Good job by Quan. I mean, he ran stride for stride with the running back and made the play, and now suddenly Sayre with the ball on the Mangum side of the field. It was. Now it's at about the 50. They're like, yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can put some more points or put some points on the board. So they will take a timeout. We will keep it right here with 11.6 left in the first half of play. Don't know if you knew this or not. You probably do because you went to a non-football playing school tonight. High school basketball getting underway around the state of Oklahoma.
November 1st, that was a big day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started looking at some schedules and stuff this afternoon, actually.
Some teams from the area playing tonight. Sentinel at home entertaining La Kiva Sickles, Olustee El Dorado. They were entertaining Indiahoma, I believe, this evening in a girl-boy doubleheader. So, smattering of basketball games. A few more teams will play tomorrow night. And then everybody that does not play football will begin playing on Tuesday night of next week. So,
yeah, that's typically how it went. Was we typically started that next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we usually gave ourselves an extra couple days of practice just because coming off of baseball and stuff like that. So.
And you bring up a good point. If you go deep into the baseball season, and have some postseason, you don't want to have a real quick turnaround on that deal. So, all right, here we go. 11.6 left in the first half of play. It'll be second down and 17. Merrick from the shotgun formation down the far sideline. His pass comes up well short. It was intended out on the wing for, I think that was Noel, wasn't it? Yeah, Fernandez. Good coverage down there by Bryson Williams. 6.2 left in the half. It's third down now for the Eagles. Third down and 17. 6.2 left in the first half of play. What will be the final play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty? So Merrick, and again, really that wind now shifted almost straight out of the north, and it's pretty strong. He's going into that wind, getting pressure here, chased out of the pocket by McGill. Now giving chase here on the near side, Stetson Ryan. The half will come to a close as stepping out of bounds, wisely so, not taking a big hit there, was Colt Merrick. Discretion was the better part of valor right there. So the first half has come to an end, and it has been all Mangum from the get-go. The 90-yard kickoff return by Bryson Williams, and the Tigers have not slowed down since. 35 on the board for Mangum, nothing for Sayre. We are at the intermission. Mangum football, Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv. It's broadcast the way it should be.
Mangum Oil and Gas, 1506 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
All right, at the half, Mangum on top 35-0. Well on their way to their 8th victory in 9 bowl games, and well on their way to getting those 15 points. So we'll just simply put that out there right now. Paula Little Powers, by the way, tells us that they are listening in Pauls Valley. They're watching in Pauls Valley. Paula, thanks for letting us know that. We appreciate that. Casey Ferguson says, we hope you'll be broadcasting Tiger at Heart. She is, Casey Ferguson, and nice to be able to watch from Tulsa. So, Casey, good to have you alongside. We've got about 46 folks right now that have joined us right at the moment that are watching, and if you're one of those 46, thank you so much. A lot of folks in the stands here tonight as well. Some of them listening over radio on Classic Hits 97.7, where we have Michael in the morning. Michael in the morning, 6 to 9, and then classic hits all day. Thank you so much on 97.7. Hope that you'll join me Monday through Friday from Studio B. It's morning radio the way it should be, and this is high school football the way it should be. Mangum on top. They lead it 35-0 at the half. More classic hits 97.7. Our halftime being brought to us by the Stockman's Bank. Stockman's Bank, we appreciate
Listen,
them.
if you need a new overhead door or service on your overhead door you've got, here's some important information that you need to know. David Payne of Payne's Heat and Air has purchased Faith Garage Door Company. So if you need commercial or residential installation, service, or repairs, just call David Payne at Faith Garage Doors, 580-482-6369. Free estimates always.
Back at the Liberty Bowl, and there's a lot of wind here tonight, but see if we can't go down to the field and take in at least a little bit of the Pride of Mangum marching band as they are playing here. And I'm afraid that wind noise may be too much, but let's see if we can't get some of their sounds anyhow. And again, we're at the half, 35-0. Mangum on top as we're enjoying the sounds of the Mangum Pride of Mangum Marching Band.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find at 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, IRP registration, pipe passes, or even send a UPS, Tom and Cynthia Clark will help you at the Mangum Tag Agency. Call 580-782-3004. That's 782-3004.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one-bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi, and cable is just $5. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brandy at 580-782-2452 for more information.
Friends, you need to take care of your eyes. Have regular checkups. Make an appointment with Dr. Michael Geiger, Geiger Eye Care in Altus, and now there's a Geiger Eye Care in Frederick. Dr. Michael Geiger and Sons, Seth and Bryce, well, they're good at what they do, so get your eyes checked. Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, proud to support Southwest Oklahoma youth in sports, in the classroom, in the showroom, whatever. That's Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, Mike, Seth, and Bryce Geiger, 580-482-1756.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready
ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Amanda Weaver from Mangum is now the manager at Quartzview Meat Company in Altus. Gary and Letitia Stockton and Amanda are proud to sponsor Hobart Bearcat and Mangum Tiger radio broadcasts. Listen when you're enjoying ball this fall. Stack up on the best ribeye steaks money can buy from Quartzview. Also ribs, jerky, smoked sausage, hams, and a lot more. And of course they do custom slaughtering. If you're grilling, roasting, baking, or slicing, you can't go wrong with Quartzview Meat Company, 800 South Veterans Drive in Altus. Phone 580-477-1390.
At the half, Mangum on top 35-0. He is Dylan Fox. I'm Michael in the morning, and we're glad to have you alongside on a football Friday night, week number 9. And well, I tell you what, we began the season in week number 1 back in September. Ringling came to town. Great ball game, 20-20, and 100 degrees at kickoff that night. Not so fast, my friends. We're not even close there this evening.
I think I would take that 100 over this any night, but I guess that's just comes with playoff football, and I think even if it's cold, we'll still be here.
Well, and it's one of those things that I've always amazed me about football is that we start off late August, early September, and it is just brutally hot. You're taking timeouts because, to give guys a chance to cool down. You're worried about them overheating and whatnot. And by the time you get to the season finale in week number 14 or 15, depending on which classification you're playing football in the championship game, it is colder than blazes, and we have gotten to that point. Plus, keep in mind, daylight savings time disappears, and so next Friday night when we travel to Cordell for the regular season finale, it's going to be dark at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and I think the weather change is just more mental than anything. I think it just, from 100 degrees to freezing cold, it's just one of those things you have to mentally put behind you and know that both teams are dealing with it and they can't be an excuse for that game.
Well, as a football player, though, this weather is not brutally cold. I mean, this is great weather for a football player if you're playing. I mean, if you're a guy, if you're a guy on the sidelines, it's not. But I mean, if you're playing, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this weather. So I think that you would. Well, I know that you would take this over the 100-degree stuff because, like I say, you can get loose and get warmed up and have the sweat going on, and you're just fine. Boy, that 100-degree stuff, it just stifles you, especially with all that equipment on. So. Great beginning for Mangum. We talked about it at the top. You're 2 for 2 in as many weeks, getting a return the kickoff for a touchdown to begin the ball game. Mangum did it last week against Merritt and did it again here tonight.
Yeah, I think the thing we've preached after that Hinton game is getting off to a fast start, and I think Mangum has proven that the last 2 weeks after coming off that tough loss against Hobart. They had that slow start, but they've definitely picked it up now.
Well, and again, I want to go back to that game a couple of weeks ago, though, over at Hinton, and we talked about a slow start and being sluggish and everything else. Keep in mind, it was 29-0 at halftime.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean, how sluggish can you get?
I think that first quarter, I think you would agree, was sloppy and it was slow. Maybe it was more sloppy than anything. They scored their points, but it wasn't as fine-tuned as I think Coach wanted it to be and as what we expected it to be, but they've definitely been firing on all cylinders now.
And Coach Patterson has done a great job of getting the excitement into this program and getting the excitement into the kids. I got here shortly before 5 to set up our equipment and got a chance to kind of really watch the pregame routine. And that's the thing that he does, that I've been around a lot of high school football coaches over the years of doing this, and those that have been successful are ones that have a routine. And I'm talking down to the very minute. Okay, we're going to do this pregame warm-up until this exact moment, and when I blow the whistle, we go on to the next thing. And that's how it is here with this Mangum program and Coach Powers.
And I think the reason he sets it up that way is because it takes all thinking out of the pregame. I think he wants to be like, okay, guys, I want you guys to focus on the game, so we're going to take out any variable that is taking place in the pregame routine, and we'll take care of it, and you guys just focus on getting ready.
You're exactly right. Idle hands, devil's work. At the half, Mangum on top 35-0. We take a timeout. We'll look at scores around the state of Oklahoma when we come back to the Liberty Bowl. Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stone cutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
35-0 our score at the half. Mangum out on top as we check other Class A scores. No surprise here. Hobart leading Merritt. That is at the half. 42-0 the score there. 42-0. Hobart taking care of business in head of their Week 10 showdown against the Bombers of Frederick. I had the Frederick score a moment ago. Here we go. At the half, they lead Hinton 35-0. So everything is going to stay the same heading into week number 10. Hobart's still going to be on top. They will lead Mangum by the virtue of one game and by those 2 points. Mangum will be second, and then Frederick will be third. And if Frederick wins the ball game and they do it by 3 points, then Mangum takes care of business in week 10. The way I have it figured, they win the state. They win the district championship.
Yeah, that's. I think that's kind of what we're hoping. Like I said in the pregame, Mangum kind of just has to sit and wait and watch that Frederick and Hobart. You just have to watch them duel it out and kind of just take it whatever happens. But that game will be the deciding factor for Mangum, their playoffs.
And the way Coach Powers is, I'm sure he's going to encourage his team not to think one moment about what goes on there and simply go out and take care of business in week number 10 against Cordell. Ardmore leading Noble 21-12. Altus needing all kinds of help to make the playoffs, and they're not helping themselves. At the half, they trail El Reno 21-7. Altus has to win that ball game and win next week against Duncan and then get some help along the way to make the playoffs. And right now, they trail El Reno at the half 21-7. One thing that they need to happen tonight, Duncan beat Ardmore. Right now at the half, Duncan is doing that. They lead Mac by a score of 14-6. But again, it is a long uphill climb for the Altus Bulldogs in their quest for a playoff berth here in 2019. 35-0, Mangum on top at the half. They are in comfortable control of this group from Sayre. Second half is coming up, Sick and Say. Classic Hits 97.7 and oksports.tv. Our halftime's been brought to us by the Stockman's Bank.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are some of the examples of great starter vehicles for young people on the lot right now. Check out this 2010 Hyundai Santa Fe, nicely equipped for only $69.90, or this 02 Toyota Corolla LE for just $28.50. And how about this Ford Focus SE for only $39.50? See Jamie or Lacey at Jamie's Auto Sales at 129 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Get to Jamie's Auto Sales today.
I've got a pair of these Nike tactical gloves. The black pair don't fit as well as the pair that has pink on them, but I thought it would clash with my army green navy jacket from Nike, so I decided to wear the black pair. By the way, the good folks down there in the EMS, specifically Charles Stowe, they say hey. We say ho. Back for the second half after this. Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv. Give us a flash of the lights on that one, will you?
Most folks don't need the services of an attorney often, but when they do, many are choosing Corey Kendall, attorney at law. With offices in Altus and Mangum, Corey provides family law, estate planning, real estate, and criminal law services, operating with integrity as the cornerstone of his practice. The Kendall Law Firm is family-run, with wife Renee managing the office. When you need an attorney, remember Corey Kendall, attorney at law.
Third quarter about to get underway. Mangum will kick the football away to this group from Sayre, leading 35-0. And remember, last week, Merritt apparently won the toss and made a bad choice because Hulbert received the kickoff in both the first half and the second half, albeit they did not return the kick for a touchdown in that second half like they did in the first half and did here tonight as well. So about ready to get this one underway. Jackson wanted to kick the football away. I noticed that the officials talked to both head coaches. It'll be interesting to see how they approach running the clock here in the second half of play. So Warner to kick it away. Jackson had a successful onside kick in that first half that was recovered by Brody Shelby, led to a touchdown. Mangum being able to score in all facets of the ball game. Warner end-over-end kick, middle of the field. Crosby has to go through his hands. Now bobbled back there by a secondary back. Picks it up, comes near side, and Mangum misses a couple of tackles, and then Quan Bailey will make the hit at about the 24-yard line. I got tickled there. The running back bringing the football upfield for Sayre really thought he was going to get hammered. That's Brody Piercy, and the Mangum tacklers missed. They whiffed. And Piercy's like, oh, I didn't take that shot like I thought I was going to.
That Mangum tackler came like full speed, and he kind of tensed up, ready to get hit, and didn't.
The whiff. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Sayre. 11:49 left here in the third quarter of play. What's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it's cold in here. It's like a wind tunnel. Yeah, well, if we can talk to the superintendent about getting windows in the door for our facility, that'd be great. Oh, Mr. Booth coming in here and checking it out. And give him the headset for a minute if you don't mind there. Thank you. We appreciate that. First down carry for this group from Sayre. Dalen Stacy in on the stop. It's 35-0. And Mr. Booth, I tell you what, cold night here, but a fun night. Closing out the regular season for the Mangum Tigers at home, but going to be at least one playoff game here, we think.
That's right. Looks like we're going to have a playoff game here, at least first round, and then, the way they've been playing, I'd expect a couple of playoff games.
Well, and because Class A has 5 weeks of playoffs, they've got that even odd thing that you may end up with a second, no matter how you finished in the district.
Yep.
Second down carry here, and Lake Crosby nowhere to go. A lot of black hats in the way. It'll be at the third down and about 9. Great crowd here tonight, despite the fact that the weather is not all that great and the wind is blowing hard inside the broadcast booth.
It is. You guys, like I say, you're in the wind tunnel here.
It's amazing how I thought it was coming from the north, but it acts like it's actually coming out of the east as it's blowing on us here. So,
yeah, it's swirling pretty good. I was down in the end zone a little bit ago, and it's changing directions all the time.
So being able to host a playoff game, what does it mean to the school financially? Does it help out quite a bit?
Oh, not. It's not like we get the gate. All of the gate will go to the.
Oh my goodness! As Mr. Booth is telling us that, a snap by Sayre bounces off of Merrick's shoulder pads and going to be recovered by Mangum. Was that Corbin McGill who got on that football, or was it Travanka? I couldn't tell. It was Christian. So Christian Travanka with the fumble recovery there.
Yep.
So but the money you were telling, it goes to the OSSAA?
All of the gate money will go to the OSSAA. We'll of course get the concession stand, which is great, and we don't have to travel, which is great, and we can sleep in our own beds and not drive 6 hours like we have out in the Panhandle the last few years. So, it's just anytime you can play at home, that's the way to do it.
Fisher Webb makes a nice catch here. He'll pick up about 9 of the plays, second down and 1. Yeah, you mentioned the fact no road trips, at least it doesn't look like, to Hooker, which we are very happy about.
That's right.
Nothing against Hooker, but it's a long way to go on a Friday night in November. Second down and 1. Webb going to go in motion here on the near side. He is next to Colton. Laughlin hands it off to Fisher. Looks for a block. Gets it from Ketchum. He'll pick up the first down and get stalled at about the 11-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from there for Mangum. So big night tonight, senior night. A lot of seniors honored here this evening. Started at about 6:30, and it was almost 10 till 7 before we got through everybody.
Yeah, we're there's a lot of people we're going to miss next year, but obviously they've had a great senior year, and as we go into conclude this season and move on into basketball and then into the spring sports and so forth, we just have a lot to look forward to.
Inside handoff, Bernard Bailey. Bailey inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 8. It'll be second down from there. Second down and about 6 for a first down and 8 for a touchdown. Well, you mentioned the word spring, and I'm already ready for it. Thank you for doing that. Hey, tell me about, we've got the black stripes here tonight on the field. How did it all come about?
Well, we just talked about there several years ago, back in some of my old coaching days, we used to use dye on the field to kind of highlight the lines and so forth.
Bernard Bailey, by the way, finding the end zone from 7 yards away. He found that black stripe was the end zone. He'll score, and that'll make it a 41-0 ball game with the extra point on the way.
So Dirk Hammond, he come to me and said, hey, what do you think about going with some dark lines? And I said, hey, I've seen it work before, and it's really nice. And so he experimented, and we're going to he's going to change up a little bit, I think, when we get into the playoffs. But overall, I mean, it really adds a nice flair to the dead grass, so to speak.
Jackson Warner, extra point is on the way, and it is up, and it is good. Warner perfect on the night, making all of his extra point attempts. It's 42-0. We'll keep it right here as our third quarter brought to us by 333 Dental. We'll talk about the black stripes. And of course, we've got the Mangum, the M in the middle of the field that has got the tiger stripes in it, and that's a special thing here tonight as well.
Oh yeah, that was Mr. Harper and the art department did that for us, and they did a great job. And like I said, as we get closer and get into the playoffs, we're going to try to do some special things to really highlight the event.
All right, and we don't know exactly where we're going to be. I mean, we obviously clinch a playoff spot tonight. Looks like probably going to finish at worst second inside the district, which means at least one first-round bowl game. But you almost have to have a physics degree to figure out how Mangum can wind up winning the district championship.
Right. Well, the easiest way, I think, is just simply if Frederick beats Hobart by more than 2 points, we're going to win.
Yeah,
and that's and that gives us 2 first-round home games and so forth. But obviously we can only take care of what we can control, and that's to go next week to Cordell and secure that second spot and hopefully move up from there.
And we'll do it here in a second. Let Jackson kick the football off, but I want to go back a couple of weeks ago to that ball game against Hobart that was just absolutely heart-stopping on both sides of the football. Jackson to kick the football away does here on the near side. It'll be fielded by Crosby. Lake up the middle of the field, got the 25, tries to cut it to the outside, and he'll get spun down by Ditmore. Penalty flag going to fly. We may have a face mask there as Crosby getting up with a little bit of anger in his step, down 42-0. I can't say as I blame him. But that ball game against Hobart that night, and there were all kinds of things that didn't necessarily have to do with what went on the field. But the bottom line is you've got no time left on the clock, and you have one chance to win a football game. Didn't do it, but how thrilling nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, and you just had to just hand it out to the kids for never giving up,
right?
And coach for going for it. It's I know from days of coaching, you have X number of 2-point plays in your bag to go into a ball game with, but you never expect to need them when you've got 40 points on the board.
Right.
So, at some point in time, I've never seen anybody with 8 2-point conversion plays. So, they ran the one that had worked several times before, and just the Hobart come up and made a good stop. So it's just the way it goes.
Took a page from the old days of Florida Gator football, and I know Oklahoma fans hate it, but when they used to line up Tim Tebow in the backfield, they have done the same thing for several times with Dalen Stacy.
Oh,
and have had a great deal of success. The excitement around football. I mean, great crowds all season long. Certainly on a cold night tonight, we got a big crowd here. I know it was Military Appreciation Night and Senior Night, but still a great crowd here. It's 42-0 ball game.
Right. Yeah, it is, and we've got great support here in Mangum, and as you're building a program and you can work off of the history and the tradition of the school and the community, and that just all builds into it, especially when you look around and like you say, you have this type of a turnout and this type of atmosphere on a cold November night.
Third down now and about 6 for Sayre. They had the football at their own 44-yard line. 4 minutes gone by here in period number 3, brought to us by 333 Dental. Talk to me a little bit about the young guys that you've brought in here and the excitement. When we're talking about Coach Powers and Coach Pennypacker, I mean, These guys are they are excitable guys.
Yeah, they really are, and the kids love them. They've got them where they're working around the clock almost in the weight room and different things, and so we're just as thrilled as we can be with them and their energy and their attitude, and like I say, it's just contagious.
Crosby picks up the first down there for Sayre. They'll move the sticks down to about the 47-yard line of Mangum. 7:25 left here in this third quarter of play, and it took me 5 weeks into the season to figure out the initials that Coach Powers had, but outwork your opponent. You talked about being in the weight room, and it doesn't matter if it's basketball or football. They really have bought into that hard work and that work ethic.
Yeah, they really have, and you can see it. Just like I say, it's a result of months of work. Is what we're seeing here on Friday nights, and that started. Last April, actually, he come in early and got the kids in the weight room, and just has been a refreshing to have him come in and like I say, do that.
So it's second down and long here. 6:30 left in the third quarter of play. And Sayre from the shotgun, rolling out here on the near side. Merrick wants to keep the football. Stacy giving chase, and they'll bump him out of bounds after a couple of yards, and that'll bring up a third down and long. Help us understand something here, and we've not seen it yet, but we may as we turn towards the fourth quarter. The running clock thing, we saw that last week at Merritt. We've seen it a couple of other times this season. How does that all unfold?
Well, basically, usually the coaches will get together and the opposing coach will say, hey, let's not belabor this thing. And, obviously an 8-man, they have when you get to halftime, they have a point spread where they'll stop the game. And we don't have that in 11-man. And oftentimes, as we've seen, a few times, when it's lopsided like that, you have the chance of injuries. You have, sometimes I don't know if the attitudes is the right word, but sometimes frustration showing through, and those type things. So, just in the spirit of good sportsmanship, if they decide, hey, coach, you mind if we do that? We always oblige and try to do that.
So it usually comes from the team that's getting beaten that'll make that suggestion?
Yeah, usually it comes through the officials. You know, I mean, it's not like anybody's waving a white flag or anything, but usually during the ball game,
look out here down the near sideline, running out of bounds about the 40-yard line. I thought maybe Fisher Webb was going to go to the house there. We've got a penalty flag back at about the 15, 16-yard line, so this one may come back. But I'm sorry, you were saying.
Well, just once the game starts, the game officials are in charge of the of the game, and they've got a good sense of what's going on both sidelines, and they usually facilitate that. So.
Speaking of the 8-man game, of course, you came here from Tipton after winning the state championship, and I know you still have ties there, and you watch what goes on very closely. And everybody gave them up for dead. Started off 0-3. Oh, what's wrong with Tipton? Suddenly they're 5-0 in the district, and they're right back where they always are.
Oh yeah. It's it's just a deal where you get to that. You get to that point, you can kind of reload every year, and people get, you get kind of complacent, and sometimes they get spoiled, and the earth's shattering when you lose a game or two, but obviously Coach White does a great job there, and a lot of the things that was able to instill there is some of the things that you're seeing here that we're instilling, and I was telling Coach Powers the other day, it's everybody looks back and says, well, it's such a big deal, but when I win it, they were over, and
right.
It was a group of 5th and 6th graders that had the talent, and we felt like we needed to get them in line, and Coach Curbo, kind of at that time he oversaw all that, and basically that's what we did is we took those and we made sure that they were in a position to succeed, and we see that here too. We're having great success with our high school kids, but our young kids are coming up, and that's really where that's where you build the programs.
That feeder program, I think they call it, don't they?
That's right.
Take the ball all the way out to the 30 here. Bernard Bailey, 1st and 10 for Mangum, 42-0. 5:05 left here in the third quarter play, being brought to us by 333 Dental. We're visiting with Shane Booth, the superintendent of schools here. There's that reverse of the inside handoff to Ketchum, and Layton turns the corner. He's got the 40, 45, out to about the 47-yard line. And Layton Ketchum, and it's great that we're up here with you because there are times that he reminds me of a lot of your son, Sean, the way he runs the football.
Yeah, they're good friends, and Layton's, you're exactly right. He just goes for it, and sometimes you could take the path less traveled and maybe go score, but why do that when you could, you're wearing all that equipment for a reason. Let's go hit somebody.
Well, it's the thing about Sean, and Layton certainly fits into it. There's nothing subtle about either one of those guys.
No.
Laughlin out in the flat, pass too tall for Fisher Webb. It'll be 2nd down and 10. How is he doing, by the way, at college?
He's doing well.
Yeah.
He's doing well. They're still in fall ball with the weather. They had their end of the year World Series where they divided up their teams and so forth. They had it postponed, our game 3 and 4 postponed until next week. So,
okay.
And then that'll kind of conclude their fall stuff, and then they'll go back to their 5:30 1-hour workouts, and then 1 hour in the afternoon until they get to Christmas, and then so it's been kind of I think it's been an eye-opening experience for him, but he's doing well. They're treating him well up there.
Big carry there for Bernard Bailey, got on the backside of J.T. Schramm and just followed him up the field, and he'll do the same thing here. And Bernard breaking tackles inside the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. That's twice now that Bernard is one of those finesse guys and gets behind Schramm and just lets him lead the way and then scoots on downfield.
Yeah, patient runner, does a great job picking his holes, and give him a hard time about his brother coming in to replace him. But, they both do a great job.
They fake the handoff to Quan, and Colton going to keep it himself, turns the corner. He's inside the 20, still on his feet, dives to about the 19-yard line. And actually, that's the 15-yard line to the 14. So another first down for Mangum. And Colton Laughlin, kid that we have really watched. And I was talking to somebody that's kind of independent of the deal and talked about how much he has matured as a football player and as a young man over the last year.
Yeah, he's making good decisions and really kind of loading the team up on his shoulders and saying, come on. And
Al, your good luck, Coach. Bryson Williams into the end zone for another touchdown there as Laughlin threw the pass to him out the flat. This Bryson Williams kid, what a find he has been. I mean, wow.
Yeah, that he's got a lot of talent, and obviously that has helped as far as with all the ones that graduated last year.
Yeah.
But like I say, is when you get the the program to where it needs to be, even though you may have more talent or less talent years to years or position to position, as a whole, you're going in the right direction and able to sustain and actually have better results in some cases.
All right, Jackson Warner extra point is up, and it is good. And Warner perfect on the night now. He is, 7 for 7, 49 points on the board. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it, man.
Well, you're welcome.
Thanks for coming by and saying hi, keeping us company.
I'm glad to be here.
3:33 Dental bringing it to you. Mangum on top, 49-0. We're Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
If you have tickets or accidents and need auto insurance, you're purchasing a new home and need homeowners coverage, you're a contractor needing general liability or a bond, maybe you're a business owner and need professional liability, directors and officers, or cyber liability, you need farm coverage or crop insurance, the Castle Agency in Mangum is who you're looking for. Family owned and operated for 81 years, the Castle Agency provides insurance for individuals, families, businesses with all kinds of insurance needs. Call or go by the Castle Agency and Pam Simmons will be happy to help you out. Phone 580-782-3049. Visit the office at 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum.
3:36 left in the third period of play. 3:33 Dental bringing you our third quarter here on Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv. Shane Booth was the third man in the booth. And he said, I'm headed for the hills. It's a little cold up here, guys, a little drafty. But he wanted us to make sure, and we've talked about it, Dylan Jung, who is in charge of the band, and he said, of all the programs that it has improved, probably the band has improved more than anybody. So tip of the cap to Mr. Jung and the band, and they have done a great job. We have enjoyed them all season long. Look at this kick go all the way into the end zone for Jackson Warner. So Warner, well, he's fired up. He's having fun out here tonight, getting plenty of leg work in, kicking those extra points.
I think whenever you go 7 for 7,
kind
of get amped up and a little you're excited.
3:36 left here in the third. Are we done seeing the starters for the rest of the night?
I would think so. I think we kind of always agreed that it was a couple possessions into the third quarter and they're done. So I think this is about the time we see the guys off the bench.
And then will it be the discretion, the better part of the valor in the fourth quarter and run that clock, you think?
I think so. I hope so. I'm cold.
He told me, he said, man, we're going to have to get a space heater when we come back here in a couple of weeks. Well, Merrick tries to pick his way through the middle of the line, doesn't have anywhere to go, and he'll get knocked down. No gain on the play. That'll bring up a second down and 10. Coach Booth up here about 10 minutes, and Mangum scores 2 touchdowns while he's here.
It's always good having those guys up in the booth because we're kind of from the outside looking in, and they have a really good. They can kind of see it a little better than we can on the inside. So it's always good having those perspectives up here.
You bet. And Mr. Booth's always somebody we've enjoyed visiting with throughout the years when he was down at Tipton, and then of course the 3 years he's been up here. So. Hand off to Crosby. Lake runs into his own guy, knocks over a couple of people, and takes it across the 30 out to about the 31-yard line. Lake Crosby, and I'm telling you, he's one of those guys. We mention him every week. One of those guys. If I'm building a team, I'm going to go ahead and select him in my my draft board.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every week there's a couple guys that really stand out for the other team, and he's one of them. Quarterback, last name Merrick.
Colt Merrick. Yeah.
Merrick. He's played phenomenal tonight as well, and I think it's just one of those deals. Mangum just has so many athletes on both sides of the ball.
It is phenomenal. You're right. 1st and 10 now. They have it, Sayre does at the 30-yard line. Merrick going to keep it himself up the middle of the field, and he kind of tippy-toed and really didn't need to do that. He didn't get hit very hard, though. He kind of protected himself, and I don't know that I blame him with those big uglies up front. It's cold, and Isaac Batoha, he can make you hurt when it's 100. Gain of 1, second down and 9. Travanka going to come off the field, and he'll be replaced out there by Payson Jenkins. So Mangum going to get their 8th win of the year, and again get their 15 points. Keeping pace will be Hobart on top of the standings, and at third place Frederick. Those two teams next week for what will decide one way or the other the district championship. Again, on the carry, Lake Crosby. He'll pick up 5. That'll bring up a third down at 5 with 1:35 and the clock running in the third quarter of play. So, and Coach Booth is right. I mean, the simple scenario is Frederick wins by more than 2 points. Mangum's the district champion.
Yeah, but I also like how he said, I mean, our guys can't worry about that. There's nothing they can do at this point, so they just have to kind of sit there and take care of business on their end.
At Cordell next week to wrap up the regular season, and certainly a club that is struggling are the Blue Devils, so you would think that Mangum would get the win in the bowl game. Merrick trying to turn the corner here on the quarterback keeper, and he'll jump over Fisher Webb, well short of the first down. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 5 with 1:01 left in the third quarter of play. And I don't know, Coach Bonham going to kick it away here?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. If you're on the 34-yard line, you give them the ball that close, I think they kick it, but.
And they are going to punt the football away. Fisher Webb here on the near side, and up top you'll find Bryson Williams. Webb will watch the ball hit and just kind of settle down at the 36. It'll be 1st and 10 for Mangum from there. And now they are running the clock. So apparently they're going to wind down the third. Well, now they stop it. I shouldn't have said anything. They heard me next door, and they said, oh, Barnes said we're running the clock. 54.3 left here in this third quarter of play. So I was at halftime kind of perusing my weather sources. Just thought I'd let you know we will be more encapsulated next week at Cordell.
Awesome.
Which is good to know because there is a pretty powerful cold front they think is going to come through about midweek. And it may have some moisture.
Great.
Yeah, just thought I'd let the college student know that. 1st and 10, they got the starters in there, at least a few of them, as Laughlin will hand off the football to the tailback. Let's see who that is. We do have a new tailback in there for the Tigers and carrying the ball that time. I never did see who got off the bottom of the pile. Picked up 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Well, I tell you what we're doing. We're putting some linemen in there to carry the football. And I believe that was Stetson Ryan on the carry, and it was. So Ryan from the tailback position getting 5 yards. Now they're going to hand it off to another lineman, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling out to about the 44-yard line. J.T. Strom. Now, how cool is that? Sam Powers says, you know what, you big uglies have been out there all year long blasting holes and getting pile drived on and everything else, and we're going to give you a little moment in the sun here. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, the O-line, they don't get as much credit as they deserve. I mean, they're the ones that create the play. They're the ones that hold off the defensive line. So if you give them a chance to have a little fun, run the ball a little bit, I think they would all enjoy that.
And Lake Crosby, who has played bigger than his pads all night long, would indicate, and really has given great effort all night long. He was the unfortunate individual who stuck his nose in there to slow down J.T. Strom, and he got pounded. They are still attending to Crosby, and I think he's eventually going to be okay. But he really got rocked, and they're going to go back and watch that one on the YouTube video, and there's going to be some oohs and ahs. They get Crosby to his feet. He is going to have a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up because, as I said, he tried to square up on Schrum, and Schrum just absolutely ran right over the top of him, and Crosby got caught up in the wake down below, and it looks like that right leg got trapped inside. But, boy, I tell you what, J.T. Schrum running downhill indeed. So, again, but I want to go back to Coach Powers putting those big uglies in there, letting them carry the football. Here's what I'm looking for is Chris Harper. Harper, I mean, he's one of those seniors, and I think that they talked about during the senior night activities that he's actually going to become a preacher. But I'm telling you what, if you didn't have the Spirit of the Lord in you before you went before Chris and he was preaching to you, you'd certainly get there in a hurry. Chris is a big old kid, and he could convince you of it in a hurry right now.
That could be a good goal line power package.
Better be a big pulpit up there for Chris, because I'm telling you what, he can, with that big old body, he can do some preaching. That will end the third quarter of play. Mangum on top. It is a 49-0 lead as we end the third, brought to us by 333 Dental. Final 12 coming up. Stick and Say, Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Landon Brooks from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting season, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Stockman's Bank is behind you all the way.
Reap Go Harvest rewards from Firestone when you buy 2 or more Firestone Ag tires at Blair Tire and Feed. Get $25 off on eligible Destination Farm and Destination Turf radial tires, $100 off on eligible radial tires, and $200 off on eligible AD2 radial tires. Plus, for every tire purchased, we'll donate $5 to the National FFA organization. Your Firestone dealer is Blair Tire and Feed, corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair. This offer good now through October 31st, 2019.
All right, here we go. Fourth quarter set to get underway. Mangum on top, 49-0. They have the football, and Colton Laughlin's still in there. Larry Brown says they've got the fridge package in there right now, and there it is. First down carry to the 50-yard line. That's our man. That is, tell him who it was. It was Fudd. Yeah. Fudd picking up the first down out to the 50-yard line. Got to love that. Jerry and Gio are watching. They say, this is Judith Ann Miller. She says, reminds me of when one of my boys played for Lone Wolf the year they won state. They had games with these kind of scores. Angie Williams-Young, good to have you alongside, kid. And Larry Brown, he says, keep running that fridge package. That's good stuff. Love to see those big uglies in there getting a chance to carry the football. 1st and 10 now. And I think they brought, they brought in Brody Shelby. They're going to go back now with conventional guys at running back. That's Sawyer Webb on the carry. Webb will take it inside the 45 down to about the 44-yard line. So we've seen the last of the starters now with 11-13 left of the ball game, and going to get a timeout here. On a night like this, you wonder how folks can cramp up, and Mr. Physical Therapist, let us know, because that's what we got going on right now, a player with cramps at the 45.
I think more than anything, it's just dehydration. I mean, It just comes down to that. It doesn't matter if it's cold or hot. And that's the problem when it's cold, is they don't think they're thirsty. So it's just like, I'm cold, so they just go over to the sideline and stand there. Okay. So they don't really recognize that they still need to be drinking fluid. So that was always like a big emphasis in cold games, is that we had to make sure that they were drinking because they weren't going to.
Okay. All right. That makes perfect sense. Help me understand something, too, and I know it kind of became a fad 5-6 years ago, where they would get the tight bands and put one below their biceps and one above their biceps. And somebody asked me, that doesn't do anything except make the biceps swell, right?
I have no idea if there's any medical reason behind it, why they do that. I just say they want to look cool. So, I mean, I don't blame them, but I don't think there's really any scientific reasoning behind that.
Well, and the reason I ask that is because sometimes guys will put tape around their thigh pads to keep them in place, and that will cause some problems with the hamstrings down the road, I would think, right?
Right, yeah, so that kind of cuts that blood flow off. But I think those bands on their arm just aren't that tight. I think they're just there to look cool.
All right. Shelby now got one of the big uglies in the backfield with him, and that's Travanka. Christian gets the handoff, tries to get it to the outside, and has people all over him. Penalty flag's going to fly, but Christian Travanka, I tell you what, he looked pretty good in trying to get to the outside. He just needed one block and couldn't quite get it. Penalty flag going to be called on Mangum. Your dad tells me that Hobart has beaten Merritt 42-8. Frederick and Hobart next week, and somebody going to win the district championship out of that. We know it's either going to be Hobart or it's going to be Mangum, or you know what, it could be Frederick. If it's a one-point ball game, the Bombers would win the district championship. Can you believe that? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy if
that would be absolute nuts. You're right. So holding is the call. Takes the ball back to the 45-yard line of Mangum. They're running the clock now. 10:45 left of the ball game. 49-0. They lead. They go back to a conventional back. Sawyer Webb in there. Got to get some of them other guys. Get them a carry as well. Shelby going to throw the football. Does. That sails high, incomplete. Intended for Lauren Sneed. It'll be third down. And the clock will stop with 10:33 left in the ball game. A little bit surprised there.
Yeah, I think with the score being what it is, you would see them running it, especially with injuries on the Sayre side. You'd think that they kind of want to get out of here with no more injuries.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, they still have a chance to win that fourth spot. They're battling Hinton for that fourth and final spot in the playoffs, and I believe those two teams may play next week. I'm going to check the schedule. Brody Shelby again wants to throw, going to go deep, and the pass is picked off, but was he in bounds? Yes, they said he was in bounds, so the interception is made here on the near sideline by Chase Logan. So Logan with the interception, 10:25 left in the ball game, and getting it back will be Sayre, and it's a 49-0 ball game. Coming off the sidelines, Isaac Bateau, he's kind of looking around like, Coach, going to give me a chance to carry that football? I'm ready to go, man. Let's get after it. So just kind of waiting for the final score here. By the way, we talked about Mr. Jung and his job that he's done with the band. Sayre band across the way. They're proud and strong over there. And there's a few fans that are hearty over there. Well, I tell you what, that's got to be cold on those concrete steps across the way. So Colton Eric from the shotgun formation, going to keep it himself, tries to turn the corner, tries to outrace the secondary, and does, gets it across the 30 to the 35 and now the 36-yard line, give him a first down. And they stop the clock to move the chains. All right, now they'll wind the clock very quickly. They don't even let the chains get set. You're supposed to let those chains get set, but they wind the clock and get it going. So it'll be 1st and 10 now. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. You're looking forward to your warm bed, aren't you?
I am.
1st and 10. Merrick going to come back here on the near side, breaking a couple of tackles. Now being chased by Leighton Ketchum. And finally just ridden out of bounds. Chasing from behind, Lauren Sneed. So he wears number 20 on his jersey, and that's kind of a reminiscent run of Barry Sanders. You run about 40 yards and pick up 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. 9:43 left of the ball game. They stopped the clock because he ran out of bounds. And the White Hat not going to run the clock here. So they will play this one to the end. By the way, fans have flocked to the cars and automobiles and gone home to listen and watch the rest of this one on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv. Merritt going to keep it himself, and Merritt maybe picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd down and about 8. Travanka across the way on the stop. Leighton Ketchum, Corbin McGill and Travanka going to sit down now with 9:20 left in the contest. 49-0. Mangum will be 8-1 on the year, and will maintain that 2-point deficit margin on the points with Hobart. Hobart's already got their 15 points in victory over Merritt. Obviously, they did run the clock at Merritt. Shotgun formation here. Merrick with the football. Inside a handoff and across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Picking up positive yardage there. Noel Fernandez. Catch him in on the stop. Levi Cantu there as well. So it'll be 4th down and about 4. And let's see what Coach Bonham decides to do here. He's got Merrick in punt formation. And we're going to get a timeout. Oh, my. 8:26 left in the ballgame. Hang in there, young man. It'll be over, and you'll be in your warm car and then your warm bed before you know it. Mangum leading 49-0. Classic Hits 97.7, OKSports.tv.
John and Katie Murray are proud to let you know that they are reopening the old Bratton Drug location at 109 South Oklahoma in Mangum. Locally owned and providing pharmacy, health and beauty, gifts, and cards. Complete pharmacy, including medication therapy management and immunizations, including a convenient drive-thru. The new Mangum Drug Company, opening soon.
Well, he's your twin brother, so I'll let you.
He's not my twin brother.
No,
He's
that's
my older brother.
It is Avery, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Avery,
Yeah, okay. Your older brother, almost within radio range, wanting you to know how warm it is inside his vehicle.
I guess his toes are a little warmer than mine tonight. But, yeah, they're driving up from Fort Worth to spend some time with the family. So hopefully he's enjoying his warm car, and I'll freeze for another 8 minutes and 26 seconds.
All right, settle down. You're young. You can handle it. My goodness. Kick on the way, and they're going to get – no, they're not going to get roughing the kicker. Well, it looked like Mangum ran into Merrick, and they did. It was J.T. Schrum, but I think that's a case of Merrick maybe left the pocket, and that's why the contact was okay. So, wow. That's a wow there. All right, so Mangum going to get it here, and last time they had the football, they threw it, much to your chagrin. Well, let's see if they run it here. You're in Dr. Seuss time. Go clock, go.
Anything to keep the clock running.
Oh, and now the coach for Sayre going to come out and have a conversation with a white hat. And this all goes back to that punt a moment ago. J.T. Schrum undercut Merrick and flipped him over tea kettle style. And there wasn't any penalty. And the official was looking right at it. And I don't know if they're saying he was blocked into the kicker, he being J.T. Schrum, or if Merrick simply broke containment there. And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but when you are a punter and you break containment, there is no such thing as roughing the kicker.
You know, as a head coach, whenever you're quarterback, punter, the dude that does it all for you, whenever he gets upended like that, you're going to have a few choice words to say.
But the thing that I find odd, it was 30 seconds after the play was over. All right, here we go. 8:15 left of the ball game. Mangum leading 49-0. There's a big fella fumbling the football. That's Chris Harper. Harper lost the football, and Sayre will get it back. Well, that's one of the risks that you run there. And Harper, he's so excited about getting a chance to carry the football, he forgot to take it with him. So the fumble going to give it back now to Sayre. Well, on a senior night, you're trying to do all you can. And, again, I simply applaud Sam Powers for doing that, giving those guys that have toiled all year long up front, and they don't get, as you said, nearly enough recognition for the hard work that they put in. But that time, Chris, a little bit too excited, dropped the football. So it'll be 1st and 10. Getting it back will be Sayre, and got a new tailback in there and picking up a couple of yards, Brody Piercy. Piercy did a good job sliding off a couple of tackles. And they'll give him 4, 2nd down and 6. Get out of here, not because I'm cold, but because I can feel some tightness in the chest and throat beginning to develop. And I don't have time to be sick.
And I don't know enough about football to take over for you, so you've got to be here.
Well, and the only reason I mentioned that, you'll remember last week, week 10, I got sick this time of the year.
Right.
And couldn't do the ball game. So that's why I want to get out of here. I want to be there for week number 10. 2nd down and 5. Piercy again on the carry, and he'll stutter at about the 25-yard line and get stopped right there. A host of tacklers in there for Mangum, led by Elijah Bernal. Also in on the stop, Brody Shelby and Isaac Batoha. Batoha now. Slow to get up and does. Isaac kind of down there. I don't know if he was maybe saying a quick prayer or getting into the blocks to run a sprint, but the official came over and asked him if he was okay, and he bounced right up at the 8 count. So there you go. 3rd down now at about 2.5, 3 yards. This one decided long ago, 49-0. Mangum on top. They're just trying to keep Sayre out of the end zone. Nice tackle there in the open field, and it is turned in by Lauren Sneed. See if Sneed made the tackle prior to the first down. They're going to give the first down to Sayre. So first down, move the chains, 6:30 left of the ball game. So again, we'll be at Cordell next Friday night, 6:45 pregame. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Mangum qualifying for the playoffs here.
I almost drove to Sayre today.
And and then he's telling you a true story. He sent me a text and he said, "Are we at Sayre or are we in Mangum?" And I was literally doing something. I was putting our equipment together here, and then I had an issue with child welfare where I was dealing with our hotline and trying to get some things cleared up that I had been dealing with since I left Altus and was on the phone the entire time. And you sent me that, and I just typed something in, and all of a sudden I thought, did I tell him the right thing? And you sent me another text, and you got here just fine. So hush up.
Yeah, I was on my way to Mangum, and I text Michael and say, "Hey, we're at Sayre or Mangum?" And you say Sayre. I'm like, well, I guess I've got to turn around.
Dude, when you're as old as I am and you're trying to do 3 different things at once, and then you got a young whippersnapper like you asking me questions, I don't know. I can't give you the correct answer. 2nd down and 8. Keeping the football, Merrick tries to bounce it to the outside, gets a block, and he's going to score. So the touchdown will wipe out the shutout tonight for Mangum, 49-6, with 5:10 left of the ball game, and the probably 2-point conversion on the way for Sayre. So the Eagles playing hard to the end, and they will get on the board. And you got goals going into the season, and one of those is the defense going to shut out every opponent. But again, that was the second unit that gave up that touchdown. And they're playing against the first unit of Sayre. So a good learning experience. I would tell you, though, one of the reasons that Merrick was able to run that football in is Hunter Flanagan, that huge fullback. I mean, he threw a massive block. Here is the 2-point conversion try, and it is no good. The pass is intended for a wide receiver on the near side and picked off by Mangum's, that looked like Lauren Sneed with the interception that you can't return in high school football. So it's 49-6, 5:10 remaining. We're running out the clock. Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Yeah, when we're back in 2 weeks, you'll want to be looking for reinforcement when it comes to what you're wearing.
What's the weather gonna look like?
2 weeks, who knows?
Oh, you're just saying it's gonna be cold.
I'm quite confident it will be cold.
Not looking forward to it.
Bryce Petzold, by the way, says, "Go Tigers." We're watching in Edmond. Of course, it was, golly, and I think it's been 6 years ago that you and your dad and I went over to Cache High School and did the Hollis State Championship football game on a Tuesday night in Ringling, and their press box couldn't accommodate everybody that was there, so your pops and I were outside. I was fine because I've got all kinds of golf cold weather gear that I wear on Sunday mornings when I'm at the golf course, so I just load up on that stuff. You've been warned 2 weeks in advance, okay? Here's Merrick's kickoff, line drive. Chase down, nope, it'll go out of bounds. Unable to get there was Fisher Webb. And so Mangum will get it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Justin O'Neill, who has helped us off and on the last 3 years of doing Mangum sports. He and I, that first year we did Mangum sports, we went out into the Oklahoma Panhandle to Hooker, and we sat outside.
Ooh.
Yeah.
When is Mr. O'Neill going to come back in the booth with us?
Well, I don't know. I saw him yesterday. We had a big trick-or-treat event there at DHS, and I think he got sugared up. I think he kind of had a little comatose action going on today and unable to make it. But I'm sure if he's able to break free, he'll come join us at some point. All right, 1st and 10 now. Mangum has it. 5:10 left of the ball game, 49-6. High snap. Brody Shelby going to go up and get it, and he'll hand it off to Fisher Webb, who loses the football. And eventually it's going to be recovered by Mangum. Somehow they got that one back. So Mangum fumbling the football on consecutive plays, but this time they jump on the loose ball. It'll be second down. Lost a couple on the play. Second down and about 13. 4:45 remaining. You want to give your youngsters an opportunity to get out there and play a little bit, but you're kind of saying to them, hey, hold on to the football, fellas. High snap. Shelby going to go back, try to get it. Does pick it up on the run at the 15. Going to come near side. Now weaves his way back behind the 10-yard line. Still running for his life. We've got a penalty flag that will fly. Shelby being chased. He'll stop, throw, pass, caught. This one's going to come back, but it's been a lot of fun anyhow. Some satellite football going on there. So you got a couple of penalties. You're going to get ineligible receiver downfield. You're going to get a block in the back, and you may even get a holding on the defensive side of the football. And I'm just telling you, that is satellite football right there. That is. All right, I'm gonna drop back and I'm gonna run around for a while. I need you to go down to the doghouse and cut back to the left, and I need you to go over there by the chain link fence, and I'm gonna throw you the football. So we've got a hold, we've got a personal, we've got a holding, we've got a face mask, and now we've got a block in the back. I told you there were 3 infractions. I got 2 out of the 3 right. I didn't see the face mask. That was down in the corner, out in the street. Willie and the poor boys are singing, bring a nickel to tap your feet. Name the song.
You put me on the spot every time with these, and I think I've gotten one right so far.
Creedon Clearwater Revival down on the corner. Give credit to that Mangum band that we paid homage to earlier. They're down there still getting after it. Percussions, please. So the penalty will take the football all the way back to the 5-yard line. The line to make for a first down for Mangum, the 45.
I'm not even going to try to type in how far it is.
Yeah, it's second and 45. You snap it over Shelby's head here, and it goes out of the end zone, and you're giving up 2 points on a safety. And now we'll get a stoppage of play and a timeout taken by Mangum. 3:59 left in the ball game, 49-6. Agonizing here late in the ball game. Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
All right, welcome back. And by the way, I notice that we have changed how it appears on your radio there, where it says Michael in the morning on Classic Hits 97.7. Michael in the morning. Classic Hits all day. I love that. That's some quality stuff. So if you got one of those radios that do that, tune in there and see it. That's fun. I love that.
Did we ever find our sign anywhere?
Yeah, it's right over here. Glad that you joined us. All right, in the end zone, we're going to get that safety or we're going to get a touchdown. Yep, safety going to be called there as unable to get out of the end zone will be the backup quarterback, Brody Shelby. So a 2-point on the board, and that makes it 49-8. And I don't understand why no time came off the clock on that play. There was 3:49 as we went into break, and then they had that play in the end zone, and we got the safety, and there's still 3:49 on the clock. And you talk about a little bit of frustration. Sam Powers, certainly he's going to coach all the way through the end of the ballgame. Called the timeout there to try to get his club on the same page, and they come out and they commit a safety.
Yeah, that's it's kind of how what happened in that first quarter. Coach Sayre's head coach called that timeout, try to get momentum stopped, and then Mangum ran one right up the gut and kind of just negated all of it.
So now the decision will be: do they punt it or do they kick it off a tee? And it'll be Jackson Warner kicking off a tee from the 20-yard line. I guess you could drop kick it. You ever see one of those?
I have. I don't know what game I was watching, though. Last week someone did.
They did it on a kickoff. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You can also drop kick on extra points and field goals.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time it happened in the NFL, Doug Flutie was playing for the, I believe, New England Patriots and attempted one. So, yeah, I saw that onside kick, and they did a little drop kick. And was that the Cleveland Browns game against New England?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Baker Mayfield finding out it's not nearly as easy in the NFL as it was in college football.
It's not as glamorous.
No, it isn't. I mean, he's got all the endorsement deals and he's making all that money, but he's burnt some bridges in the NFL. Kick going to be fielded by Merrick, and Merrick going to be run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Mangum. 3:42 left, 49-8. The Browns were anointed as the team to beat, in that division. And, I mean, they've got a great signature win. They beat the Baltimore Ravens, who looked pretty strong with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. But Mayfield tied for the league lead in interceptions with 12, and that's not a statistical category you want to be leading the league in.
Especially whenever you have the rookie record for touchdown passes the year before. Is that right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, his sophomore season, they used to call it the sophomore swoon, and he certainly is having it this year. So Merritt's going to take a timeout, or Sayre rather is going to take a timeout. 3:42 left of the ball game. We will keep it right here. You didn't get a chance to finish your thought about A.J. Hinch and not throwing Garrett Cole in the World Series game the night before last.
Right. Well, I heard that the whole plan was that if they got in a situation where Garrett Cole could come into the game, that they were going to try to start him off with the fresh inning. So that's, I think, where A.J. Hinch was thinking whenever he didn't bring him in. But hindsight being 2020, you give up a home run whenever you don't bring him in and you lose the World Series. So.
And I heard a couple of columnists who are old school like me, and analytics are great. But Hinch admitted that the numbers that he had, the volumes of numbers, the stuff, the hard data that he needed to make that move the way he did or not make the move the way he did. And there are those that will say you've got to go with instinct sometimes, Yeah,
I mean, Game 7 of the World Series, the numbers might not be exactly.
Loose football picked up by Dalen Stacy, and he's going to go to the house. Dalen Stacy with a fumble recovery. Maybe he'll make it there, and he does. He got chased from behind the entire way. Thought Dalen was going to get a hitch in his giddy up there in the final 5 yards. Kelvin Moser, who came in at running back, dropped the football. Stacy picked it up, and he went about 47 yards for a touchdown, and that'll make it a 55-8 ball game with the extra point on the way here. And I'll take you back to 1982. You weren't alive, weren't even close to being alive then, but California and Stanford were playing a Pac-12 game, and the band was on the field. The band is on the field. The band is on the field. And right now, the Mangum band is on the field. Jackson Warner's kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. 8 is enough. Thank you very much. The old TV series that you don't know what I'm talking about either. Thank you. 56-0 Mangum, or 56-8. Mangum on top. 3:28 left. Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Hey fans, are you going to be in the stands? This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we can't hide our Tiger pride. Whether it's the gridiron or the basketball court, we support our Tigers and Lady Tigers. So bring your best orange and black and we'll see you at the game. Stockman's Bank is Tiger proud.
Well, the game may be out of hand, but the fans are still there, and they're letting us know that they're there. We appreciate that. Martha Fletcher Zachary, watching from Trinidad, Colorado. Thank you so much. Paula Little Powers, by the way, she knew it was Creedence Clearwater Revival down on the corner out in the street. Jenny Saucedo Dyer, says, way to go, Tigers. Sherry Shepherd Kindle, how about this for an admission? Hey, we got cold and just left. Great job, Mangum. and Dylan's up here like going, yeah, I'd like to do that myself.
Yeah, I saw everybody leaving. I was wishing I could pack up and go too.
Yeah, they're all talking about how they can go home and watch it at home.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Sherry Shepherd Kittle said, look, I tried, but I couldn't. Deanne's still watching. She's ready for that test coming up on Sunday. Angie Williams-Young, she says she's watching with us as well. So here's the kickoff, and Sayre will return it to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, 3:22 left of the ball game. And I've got to be honest with you, and at this point it's not going to be a kiss of death, but as long as this game has gone on, when I look, it's only 9:18. I would have thought it would be closer to 10 o'clock.
I mean, I'm tired, but I go to bed early. But, yeah, no, for sure. The game has gone by relatively quick this fourth quarter. Maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Maybe just because of the score. But, no, I think the game's going pretty quick.
So 2 weeks in a row, they've hung a half 100, they being Mangum. And Sam Power's still down there coaching. There was something that occurred that he did not care for. Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay. No, what he was doing, he's bringing the seniors off so they can be recognized. I tell you what, this is a class guy. I absolutely love him. This is just great. He's my kind of guy because he's the kind of guy you're in a football stadium and he can shout above everybody else and get their attention. And that's my kind of guy. He asked for the timeout simply so he could bring the seniors off. He turned and looked at the fans that are here, and he said, give it up for these guys, and immediately the crowd did. That's some great stuff right there. Best news is they get a chance to return to the Liberty Bowl at least one more time, if not more, they being those seniors. So 3:22 remaining, maybe now. Tick, 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 tick. That clock will run for Dylan Fox. Oh, I tell you what, you are a chip off the old block when it comes to your pops. You take me back to that night in Cash that we did that state championship football game. That was good. And 5-yard pickup here. More importantly than that, though, your mother had the line of all time.
Oh, no.
Because, you set up for broadcast, and you're kind of at the mercy of not knowing whether you've got everything exactly correct. And so he reached out to her and said, do we sound all right? And she replied to him, yeah, Michael sounds great. Oh, that is your mother, Shelley Fox, in a nutshell. I'm telling you, I was set and ready to go after that. 2:40 left in this one. Shotgun formation, got a bunch of youngsters in there now and slung to the ground in rather rude fashion was Kevin Moser, and making the stop was that Payson Jenkins? It was. So Fudd out there getting it done at the end. Yeah, Michael does. And it was kind of a similar circumstance where we were, as I mentioned, we were outside, but we were up higher.
Right.
And so it was December, and I mean the wind was a little brisk that night.
Yeah, I'm sure Dad really enjoyed that comment.
I think maybe it helped him stay warm for the rest of the night, actually.
I'm sure.
2 minutes left in this one, 56-8. The only thing in doubt is the final score. Kids getting a chance to play under the big lights here, and I'll tell you what, some quickness there. Corbin McGill in on the stop. Got some help from, let's see, that was Elijah Bernal in on the stop for Mangum as well. Ditmore kid making a play. Bryce has done a good job tonight. Minute 35 remaining, so this one will finally come to an end, and Mangum moving to 8-1 on the year. Just that one loss inside district play where they are 4-1. And for guys that hunt, this is perfect weather. They'll sit in a deer stand for hours in weather like this.
Oh, I'll go hunting, but I need a lot more clothing.
Sayre going to punt the football away. Nobody back from Mangum as it will hit and roll dead at about the 26-yard line. Well, all right, so bring your hunting clothes next time.
I was in a hurry, and I just wasn't prepared.
You were coming from class. I know.
Exactly.
I get it. Yeah, make your drive from Norman, and then Jackwagon Michael told you the game was going to be over at Sayre. And
exactly, 2.5-hour drive. Halfway here, I get a text saying the game's at Sayre. I think I'm going to have to make another turn. So, no, I did not bring my warm clothing.
Had to drop by the radio station and get the table. It's been a tough Friday for you.
It's been a long day.
Well, the good news is the weekend's here. Better news is there's 59 seconds left in the ball game. Direct snap back to Brody Shelby. He'll take a knee. Going to have to do that one more time, and then this one will be over.
The other bad news is OU lost last weekend, so now they're on the bye, and I have to just sit there and sulk for another week.
Well, we had a special work day at DHS last Saturday because of the amount of the volume of work that we've had recently, and there were two big OU fans that were working, and we didn't need to know what the score was. We just heard their reactions, and that let us know. But, boy, I tell you what, now I saw somewhere the Big 12 has only a 12% chance of making it into the postseason party.
Yeah, that's detrimental for sure for the conference. But I didn't really get to watch much of the game either. I was helping with another football game. Southwestern was playing, so I was doing that. So I didn't really get to watch much of it.
Well, this one is in the books. 56-6 or 56-8. The victory goes to the Mangum Tigers. Sam Powers' team now 8-1 on the year and 4-1 inside district play, heading to Cordell next Friday night. We're back to wrap this one up after this on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
And go Tigers indeed. They win it tonight going away 56-8. The big victory over Sayre tonight. It started with the first 14 seconds of the ballgame, 90-yard touchdown return on the kickoff by Bryson Williams. Second straight week that's occurred, and Mangum off to the races, winning this one 56-8. Michelle Rogers Huckabee, go Mangum Tigers. I tried to stay, but my heater was needing me. I think that probably sums up for everybody, as this one really, for all intents and purposes, was over at the end of the first quarter of play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mangum started off fast, we had been saying before the game started, they needed to get off to another fast start, get ready for playoffs. They did just that, and that gave everybody but me a good reason to go to their heater.
All right, and we love the classy move at the end. Sam Powers letting the big uglies carry the football, even though it led to a fumble and a touchdown. Nonetheless, those guys got that opportunity, certainly well-deserved. And then the stoppage of play and turning to the crowd and saying, hey, give it up to these seniors. They have done a whale of a job here in the 2019 campaign, but far from being done.
Yeah, that was a class act by Coach Powers. It's a big night for the seniors, but it's also a big night for the parents and everyone else involved. So to let them do that, it was really good to see. But like you said, it's far from over, and we look forward to seeing them make a deep run in the playoffs.
Week number 10 coming up next week. We'll be at Cordell, 6:45. Pregame show kickoff at 7 o'clock as the regular season will draw to a close. Mangum wins it tonight by a final score of 56-8 for my young Squire friend who is freezing. I'm going to get him out of here. He's Dylan Fox. I'm Michael in the morning. Join me Monday morning at 6, alive in Studio B. Classic Hits 97.7 with Michael in the morning, and Classic Hits all day. The voice of the Mangum Tigers.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.